and welcome to the Design Inspiration Show. I'm Ali Defoy. It's great to see you, and I'm not here alone. Oh no, I have one wonderful designer, one of the first designers I ever worked with on Jewellery Maker, and one of the first initial designers here at this company. It is our resident designer, Linda.
Hello.
How are you doing, Linda?
Yes, I'm really well, thank you very much. Yeah,
are you looking forward to these kits today?
I am actually, yes, because it's the sort of it's right up my sort of slot at Jewellery Maker. It's like a boutique-y designer inspiration show, so it's nice, yes. I've gone a little bit outside my comfort zones on a couple of things, like I think perhaps we should, so fingers crossed.
Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing them. I have seen some of the components of both of the kits, but what I decided to do today was to be a little bit well behaved and not take a sneaky peek at the kits before you. So I've not seen what Linda's made, I have not, but I have seen what she's used, and what she's using is amazing. And knowing that Linda's design inspiration, knowing what she comes up with on a regular basis, you are going to love what she's got. Can I give everyone a sneak peek of one of the kits? This, Linda, we're going to show you this as your first design inspiration, using all of these strands, incorporating your shell pearl, your pearl, and your opals, with the dreamiest. Carol and I have just been ogling over these top drilled with gold wire. A stunning, stunning kit, mother of pearl, carved roses. Are these a dream to work with, or a dream?
Oh, they're a double dream.
A double dream.
Absolutely, they are. They are beautiful. They really are. They're gorgeous.
Oh, massively in love with these. So this is the first design inspiration, or the components here are going to be used in the first design inspiration with Linda. We're also going to set Linda a challenge for you today. Yeah, challenge Linda. So Linda's going to have some strands of, if I'm correct, have I got them here? I have. Oh gosh, there's loads in here. Oh, you must be in your element today.
I absolutely am. The colours are so summery. Beautiful.
Let me show you these. Oh, hello. Oh, I'm a little bit massively excited about these. So there are 4 strands here. Now, they all come together, is that correct? Oh, wow. So I'm loving the mixture. So you get the same size here for both of your what are these? You've got your shell pearl in the middle, and then you've got your 2 further strands. You got any information on the size of these? Tropical treat, so you're getting your light shell, which is these ones here. Then it's your coral, rich coral red shell, and then pearl rounds as well. So these pearls, these are pretty perfect, and they're round, aren't they? There's shell pearl, that's why. I was just checking, I was getting worried there. 6mm for your shell pearl, and then slightly bigger. 12mm for the other 3. Almost looks like the soft green that's a 12mm slightly bigger. I think it's just because of the shell pearlescence that you're getting on the surface. The idea of the sort of shimmering pearl makes it look a little bit bigger, but they are all 12mm. So you got your coral red shell rounds with your light green shell pearl in there as well. 2 different sizes from your 6mm to your 12mm. Is it quite easy to work with the different sizes but the same shape? Does that make it a little bit easier, Linda, do you think?
Well, it's a dream. It's a match made in heaven. Different sizes but the same shape is absolutely ideal, particularly with rounds, because nobody shies away from a round. I mean, I can imagine a lot of people that haven't yet taken up jewellery making and seeing all the other shapes and thinking, wow, that might prove a challenge, but not with rounds. Immediately everybody knows that they can work with a round.
Because you could just do something.
Well, they just look so, they're contemporary yet they're vintage as well. Do you know what I mean? You can make things that have been going for like hundreds of years, particularly with pearls and shell pearl, but then you can make something really contemporary as well.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, and that particular bundle is just delightful because the colours are beautiful. I remember Sheila made a kit a couple of years ago using exactly those colours, and it just flew out because everybody was really drawn to those bright, juicy colours.
They are tropical and vibrant and bright and juicy. So this is Linda's challenge. She's going to be using these throughout the day. So what we'll do is we'll give them to her just now, unless she's already you've got them. She's got the second sample, so that's perfect. So Linda's going to have a wee work with these, and then at the end of the show, just before sort of 5 o'clock, when the lovely Jenny will be joining you for the late show, we'll be able to have a good look at what our Linda's made. But bear in mind, I do tend to ask lots of questions, so whether Linda has much time to actually get to grips with them will be another matter. But you'll get an idea of what you could do with the 4 of these. There's 3 of them are 12 mil, all very, very sizable. And then you've got yourself that fabulous finish on this one here, which is coming in at 6mm for the 4 strands. So what sort of price point would you expect for 4 strands? Two of shell pearl. And oh, is that where we're going? Oh, we're going low on this one. All right, you're definitely going to want to get this. You're going to want to get a hold of it so that by the time you see Linda's challenge at the end of the show, you're going to be over the moon that you've got them coming to you already, and you're going to be able to make something with them in the next coming couple of days, not long at all, and they'll be coming through your door. You know, it's the same free phone number that you might have joined already with Carol this morning, 0800 644 655, or alternatively on Jewellery Maker, you can join me on that website, no bother at all. Add into the same order you might have already opened it, as I mentioned, with our lovely Carol, and you can continue throughout the rest of the afternoon. Maybe you've fallen in love with that kit that's coming up, or that bundle, the boutique collection that we have with Linda. Maybe you think, oh gosh, I definitely want to get that. But if this is a really low price as well, I might join in. This should be over £17 for the 4 of these together. But you're watching on the mid show, and Helen has joined us today as a producer, and I'm joining you as presenter, which is neither a combination that's ever happened before. So it's a first for both of us. So we thought we'd be a little bit naughty. Is that allowed, Linda? Should we be a wee bit cheeky on these price points today?
Yes, please.
Bring a little bit of the late shift in, a little bit the opposite shift in, mix it together, and what do you get? I think we'll go for some low prices for you today. So should be over £17, but we're not going to be looking at that today. For the 4 strands, with those of you who have already joined us, already taken the time to show an interest, do you want to see what we're about to do? From £18.80, well, way over £17, we're going to take it down. Oh yeah, not £18.80. For the 4 strands, we're going to £11.95. Wow. That's a little bit in my head of late night naughties. It's not what we should be doing during the day, should we, for 4 strands? No,
there's a lot of jewellery to be made as well from those 4 strands, isn't there?
There's a lot, and what's great about them is they are all, obviously in their strands, there's different sizes in the extra strands, but in their actual strand, they're all the same size. Yeah. So you could make quite a few repeat designs, couldn't you? That would make it easier to make the same design quite a few times using the different colours. Yeah,
definitely. And you can afford to sort of keep it really simple because of the lovely bright colours. But you know, all the florals that are in at the minute, they're absolutely ideal, aren't they, for like the little sticky out floral skirts with all the, you know, brightly coloured tops at the minute. They're beautiful. I mean, they are absolutely beautiful, but they're also fun as well. So yeah, there's a large scope for beautiful jewellery making with those.
I've just counted them, and there are 33 roughly on the 12mm strand. So you're going to get more of that on the smaller, the 6mm. Yeah. So at 33, you're looking at not even £4 a strand. £3, less than £3 per strand. If you were to blend that, because I'm looking at this strand of peridot that I've got coming up, which I'm in love with. So I would probably put those with that. I'm a little bit in love massively with that. And then something that I would do with the reds, I would want to put the reds with some white pearls. We did some white pearls last night. They were so popular, the white pearls. They flew out the door. Or maybe something soft pink, like that. In fact, one of my friends on our sister channel has this very, very same colour on, and a top. It was massively popular. I saw it yesterday. Then you've got this sort of shell pearl in there as well that you can put with it. Yeah. It would go with your dress, absolutely go with your dress.
That peridot and that lime green pearl is just stunning.
Isn't it a combination?
Stunning.
It's so pretty.
So beautiful.
I'm trying to look about because I'm sure I saw some white pearls. Right, they're not white, but they're lovely soft peach. But if you were to put these with the reds, it's making me think of the lovely Hannah Osborne.
Yes. Absolutely.
And a big red pearl strand, or red strand with big pearls in between.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that would be a gorgeous combination.
Beautiful. Love it.
So I think that's the peachy pearls I've got there. But for white pearls, to put a big, big white pearl in between with that red. What do you think? And then the turquoise, the cues. We've actually got a strand of turquoise coming up later today. If I put that, oh, if I were to put that with it and just move these to the side, what do you think? Big strand of turquoise. Lovely combination together. But I think the reds on their own, as a necklace or with some white pearls, red and white spots, I'm thinking. Polka dots I've got in my head.
Yeah, very 50s look, isn't it? A Marilyn Monroe sort of look. Beautiful, gorgeous.
Because that could be, in effect, 3 separate, totally separate. You can put them, you all work together.
Definitely.
But totally separate as well. So you could have 2 different sets, well, you could have 3 different sets of jewellery with just the set colours.
Yeah,
and then you could blend it all together, so you could have 4 completely different
with
suites with
the red, you could go really dramatic, couldn't you? And put some black agates or onyx or spinel to it.
That kit that's coming up, the boutique,
with the onyx,
the boutique with the onyx and the red and the feathers.
And there's some spinel as well in the next one after the second one. There's some beautiful black spinel. So yes, it'd be gorgeous. That would really be nice.
Can I be naughty and show it?
Yeah.
Is that allowed?
Yeah, yes, I'll just go. Do you want to see the strand? I've got the strand actually. Let's get the strand out here.
Because if I show you the strand, when you see how well this is going to add to the next design inspiration, this one on its own, for just £3 for this one strand, you're going to definitely want to give it a go because it's going to look amazing. The peridot that's coming up later will go gorgeously with these. You've got, oh, that's beautiful, Linda. Thank you. To put that in there. If I just were to move these to the side, just so you can see those two together. And there's some stunning feathers that are coming up with it. I mean, that next boutique that you've got, design inspiration, is dangerous. is definitely dangerous. Yeah. It's ready to go. That's what it's called. But it would give you the most amazing, red and black, they're amazing together. You will know this. The kit that's got, or the design inspiration, should I say, that's coming up is a dream. Everything you've got there, this strand would be such, I mean, I don't know, I hope I'm not talking out of turn here, Linda, but it would be such an add-on to that, that boutique kit, wouldn't it?
Absolutely, yeah, without a doubt. I just love that, with that sort of sparkly black against that really, it's an orangey red, isn't it? It's a traffic light red, perhaps.
It is.
It's, look at that, gorgeous.
Sorry for all the banging, I was trying to twist the two together. Oh yes, amazing. But this strand would also work with the blues, the turquoises.
To be honest, you know, I think red works. That sort of dramatic red like that, with that sort of hint of coral, works with any colour. Yeah. To be honest, as either a sort of a hero or as a backdrop.
I've totally tangled those two together, but there we go. But to put the black and the turquoise hues together, what do you think? Because I love those.
Fabulous, fabulous.
I've got a massive soft spot because of a necklace that I got for my 18th birthday that had a lot of smoky quartz, a lot of black gems in there, and the 1 or 2 pops of turquoise along it, just 1 or 2 of them, and it's a choker. It's gorgeous. I love it. You get all 4 strands, not the spinel one. This is coming up from the most amazing design inspiration coming up with Linda later on, and that strand actually will go with everything pretty much that's coming up today. But to get all 4 of these strands, so listen, £4 each at £11.95. Well done to those of you who've taken the time to join us today, and thank you for taking advantage. Patricia, Josephine, Sadia, well done to you. Thank you very much. Now to add another level into that, what do you think of these together? The lilacs and the greens, would you work? We're going to do some more shell pearl for you. And we're going to do this just now. Would you put those two together, the lilacs and the greens?
Definitely. Well, that to me is what I call, when I put kits and that together, the lilac and the greens, I call my freesia palette. You know, that's the colour that freesias and that come in. I call that, and I find it really is really popular. Really popular, with perhaps a hint of, again, the peridot to it. Stunning.
Oh yes.
Isn't it beautiful?
Oh, definitely. Oh yes. So this peridot is coming up. Do not worry, you've not missed it. And we've just brought you these shell pearls. I'm just going to take them away because they were from that previous opportunity, which is Linda's challenge, which she's currently working away on. Or she was until I kept asking questions, bless her. I'm in love with this. We have another strand of pearls coming up for you today. Well, I'm saying another, this is shell pearl. We've actually got a strand of pearls coming up, which would go as well as, sorry, I don't know what you normally do in the design inspiration, but I like to mix it up a little bit. I like to pick everything up that's, because I think if I was sitting at home and I had the knowledge that I had other pieces that would go with it, I would want to see it, I want to put them together. So whether you like them together or not, it just gives you the chance to see them, I think, and I always rather that. I'd rather give you a chance. So we're doing the shell pearl in the middle, but you can see how well it will work with darker purples in there or lighter, softer peaches. Do you think it would go well with the design inspiration that we've got, Linda?
This first one, most definitely. Absolutely, definitely. In fact, I wished I'd have seen that strand. I would have popped it in because it's so beautiful. Oh, yes.
These are the strands from this boutique inspiration that Linda's got coming up.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous. You can't go wrong, can you? It's impossible to go wrong with something of that beauty.
So adding this one shell strand to the design inspiration,
definitely,
it would really go, wouldn't it?
It'll give you a little bit more inspiration to perhaps make a different design, because gemstones do sort of urge you along sort of little paths, but then you pop something else into the mix, and then it just takes you a little bit somewhere different. So it's a good idea, actually. I like that idea of adding a strand that's on the show into any of the boutiques, any of the kits that comes, and I think that just then it sort of, I don't know, it just creates more inspiration. That's definitely what it does.
More inspiration, and gives you, it's going to go further, isn't it?
Oh, it's going to go
just one
further,
strand.
Yeah.
It's the same size as the champagne colour. What I'm going to do is take away all the design inspiration now so you can actually see the one we're looking at, but just so you can see how well it would work with this lovely boutique design inspiration that Linda's got ready for you. 12mm in size, which is the same size as the lovely shell pearl, if my memory serves me correctly, that you have in the champagne colour in the boutique. I'm sure it's the same size. When it's next to it, it looks the same size as a 12mm. I've already got a lot of people already going for this, and that's without knowing the price on it. So seeing how well it would go with other strands of pearls that are coming up, other strands of shell pearl and pearl from the boutique, as well as, I mean, that gorgeous peridot on its own. That might work. Would you put those two together, or are you sitting at home thinking, Ali, you know what, where's your favourite gem? Haha, rose quartz. Would that or would that not go? That frosted rose quartz.
Frosted, isn't it? Isn't it lovely with that real shiny shine and then that frosting? Whoa, I love that.
This is from another, this is actually a bundle, quite a hot pink and red bundle. They're the other two strands from it. They're quite vibrant, but if you just separate the strands, that can tone it down, really can. We've got some lovely, lovely twisted silver wire coming up that would go with it, with some baby pink wire that's coming up. I mean, that could all work, couldn't it? Could it work?
Most definitely, most definitely.
Oh, I love design inspiration because it gets me all excited. In the late show, I just bring you everything we've got, and I don't get much time to like pick everything up and put it all together. I try and do it as much as I can. But this is awesome. This allows me. Oh, I don't know if I can. I am the mix matcher. Well, I just think there might be strands at home that you've got already that you think, oh, if I just get that one strand, what would it go with? I don't know whether that would go together, turquoise and that, but I think it's different.
Yeah, imagine the shell pearl as the main body of the neckline, and then just pop one of those turquoise in. That turquoise is so high end, and just pop it in as a little drop. Definitely works. Definitely. I mean, gemstones work with gemstones. Why not?
I love that, Linda. Yeah, they work. Got some. Oh, I've got some really nice actually. Oh gosh, look, everything's really nice today. I've got loads and loads of treats. It's hard to pick out an individual showpieces, but just maybe one of these as a pendant.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so in love with these. It's unreal. I cannot wait to see what you've done with them. These are coming up in the design inspiration. Ruth, Muriel, Yvonne, Linda, lots of people already got this shell pearl strand, and that's without a price point. Again, if you want to do something from the next design inspiration with the black spinel that's part of that, Be a lovely, lovely combination. Do always message me, and if you're sitting at home thinking, Ali, I've got a strand of amethyst, or I've got a strand of, I don't know, fire rope, I want to see how it's going to go with that because I would like to mix the two together. Drop me a message, let me know. 60777 is a normal text number to send us a message on. It's normal network charges will apply, and if you put JM Studio at the start of the message, it should get through to us no problem. But also, any of your questions for Linda, maybe you've been partway through a design, or you're starting working with something, or you're new to Jewellery Maker and you want some ideas or you want some help, please do ask her, Linda. You're here to help, aren't you?
Definitely, if I can, absolutely. I enjoy that.
Yeah, me too.
That's what I like about the mid-show, is we can get a lot of interaction going with customers. I really enjoy that, yeah.
So please do. The more you ask, the more you know, and I always think the more knowledgeable your purchase, the better you're going to feel. The more information that you have, the more informed purchase you're going to make, the happier you're going to be. Chanel's in there, Constance is in there, and that's without a price. Do you want to see how low we're going to go? Oh yeah, let's do it. Are we allowed to do that price on the mid-show? Oh, I love it even more. $6.95. I didn't realise. I thought we weren't allowed. I thought this was only the late show that we're allowed to go to $6.95. I thought in the mid show that's not allowed. In design inspiration, you can't be that naughty. Oh, love it. All right. 0800 644 655 is the number to call me on. You could do similar designs that you're going to see in the design inspiration with Linda. This is really naughty. I've just had a sneaky peek at a bracelet Linda's made, but it was using this with the golden or sort of champagne shell pearls. So it's just using one or two of these, but I've not told you that. You're just gonna have to wait to see that. But such a luxurious gemstone strand. But what would be lovely, I mean, straight away, just as a bracelet, and all you need to do is add on a little charm and a little stretchy. You don't need to go to town with it, do you, Linda?
No, and that's the thing that probably make it slightly easier as well for new to jewellery making, is that shell pearl, by the nature of being shell pearl, have a slightly larger drill hole.
Yes.
So you can make your stretches, which is relatively sort of not impossible, but not that possible with cultured pearls because the holes are so small.
Yeah, it makes it hard, doesn't it?
You get the same look, you get a perfect round, you get that lovely polished surface, and there's nothing nicer than a little stretchy. There really isn't, just to pop on in the morning. Easy. As you say, you can make a series of little additions to it that you can change for the occasion.
Definitely.
Like little charms,
whether it be a party or whether it be a ball or whether it be a work function. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, I can see so many ladies in my life wearing this colour. It's such a lovely colour, isn't it?
It is a very pretty colour. It's what I call a sort of a dusky lilac, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
It's something I could see my best friends wearing, it's something I could see my mum wearing, something I could see my grandmother wearing, something I could see my friend's daughter wearing colour-wise. I think it's quite age range. I think it covers every age range.
I think you've hit the nail on the head there, where perhaps on average we grow into cultured pearls, but I know I've got 4 nieces ranging from 10 to 21, and I know that all of them would enjoy a shell pearl, particularly the 21-year-old. She'd see that as a way of wearing pearls, but really contemporary.
Yeah. And really you can still add in the odd pearl in between. It's not that there's no limit to it.
Absolutely
you can do whatever
not.
you fancy.
I think it'll sort of start you off on that, whoa, I love pearls and I only want to wear pearls, you know.
There's a particular department store in London, regular viewers, sorry, I know you all know this, but I worked there as a little bit as a student when I was studying in London, and I had to wear pearls. I was only allowed to come to work if I had a pearl necklace and pearl earrings, and I couldn't afford pearls at 18, 19, living in London in my head, because well, before Jewellery Maker, where would you get a pearl strand? And in your high street, you're looking at £15 for sort of 4 pearls. And it'll $6.95. You could get 2 of these, and you're still less than the price of 4 pearls. And this is shell pearl, so it's reconstituted shell, so it's giving you that idea of your pearl, but it's genuine and it's perfectly round, and it's for me, it's all about being genuine. If you can pay less for genuine.
It was Coco Chanel who said that all ladies should be draped in ropes of pearls. And when she first started out with her love of pearls, obviously this was prior to Chanel itself, she couldn't afford pearls. So this is what she was wearing. She was wearing faux pearl, shell pearl. Shell pearl isn't a faux pearl as far as I'm concerned.
No, because it's still using shell. It's still using
the pearl. But that's where she started, and you know, that's history. You know, look where we've come since then with Coco Chanel.
And we're not going to have a 12 mil perfectly round,
No,
perfectly spherical pearl.
No.
And if we are, they're not going to be $6.95. So it's putting it into perspective, isn't it? It's putting into what your budget is. What do you actually want? You need to decide just now, do I want a pearl? And let me show you an amazing strand of natural pearls. Well, I say natural, they've been coloured to give you that vibrant purple. But there's a strand of pearls, and these are potato pearls, which are very sizable, still smaller in size than these, and they're going to be higher in price because they're genuine pearls. But do you want that perfectly round, or would you prefer a potato shape? Do you want perfectly smooth? Do you mind pitting? It depends what you look for, what you're going to go for. So you need to set, or you could do mix and match, you put them together. But what you do need to do, oh, look at that. In my head, what you need to do is decide, what are you looking for? What are you after? Had you had any idea you wanted this, or are you just looking at it for the first time now and thinking, oh, I need to get some of that? That's lovely.
Absolutely.
Because there's no time limit, is there, on when you get a strand, when you have to make anything with it. You can take your time.
No, and then another bonus of being a jewellery maker is that you can make something up for, say, a certain occasion or whatever you feel like making up at that moment in time when you get your strand, and then you can reinvent it because you know how to make jewellery.
Absolutely.
So that strand is forever in that respect.
A forever strand at $6.95. A forever strand. I like the sound of that. It's also making me think a little bit of Disney films, but we'll leave that one there because I'll be here forever talking about Disney. Do check that out as and when you can. For £6.95, I think that's going to be a great ad. Have we got many left? So we've got just shy of half the stock left. So what I might do, if it's allowed with Helena, is when we go to the boutique collection with Linda, once you see how amazing that is and the boutique inspiration, I might just show this to you again with it. So if you want to add it on for only $6.95, that might be an idea. Alrighty, now, this is limited. There are, I think, 18 left of these in stock maximum. It's completely genuine turquoise.
Best strand I've ever seen.
Last stock. Do you love it?
I've ever seen. I was lucky enough to be on the show where that was launched.
Where are you?
And it just blew me away. It is just, you have to see that in the flesh. It's the best strand of turquoise I've ever seen at Jewellery Maker, if not ever. Honestly.
I absolutely agree with you. I'm just going to check the location of this, because if it's the strand location that I believe it to be, it's Iran. Have you ever seen Iranian turquoise before? Because I know a lot of people will look at this and think the matrix is brown. I've only ever seen it to be black. Black matrix can be really, really sometimes too harsh and too deep for some people. Makes them think you have to only be able to mix it with black. With Iranian turquoise, the matrix is more of a lovely, lovely brown that you're seeing here, and it's gorgeous. If you have a look at Iranian turquoise palaces, there are palaces in Iran with the most beautiful turquoise all the way around the outside. We're having a look at pictures the other day. It's an amazing quality of turquoise. It's not been renowned for many, many years to have come from there, but what you're seeing there, sorry, Wendy was trying to get me to wave. I can't use my hands, Wendy. All the ladies are walking around from the workshop, and I feel really rude. I'm like, hiya, I can't wave. Sorry, your Iranian turquoise, you want to see them all? Oh, they're giving you wave. How could you not wave to these ladies? I had two hands holding the strand. I thought, I need to wave. All happy, all with a Wendy wave. She came past me singing today. Sorry, so your Iranian turquoise, I think Frankie guest designers already in the West Midlands on this one. Joining us tomorrow, I believe, as well. So thank you very much for taking the time to join us, Frankie. A stunning stand. And I always think if your guest designers are getting involved as well, that in itself, it really, really helps, doesn't it? Well, it helps me make my mind up. So you have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 roughly on a strand of completely natural turquoise. So now I appreciate we don't always set aside money for turquoise because we don't expect to have it on the show. It's a real true luxury here at Jewellery Maker. We've not had it for 4 years. We've had little bits and pieces. We've had some reconstituted turquoise because the price of turquoise is considered. It's a considered gem. It's rare. It's natural. It's genuine. So to get it for you is so difficult. To get Iranian turquoise of this quality is for me a dream. I love it. It allows you to work with your more of your pastel shades or autumnal shades, as opposed to with the black matrix. You pretty much feel you have have to use some black in there with the browns and the beiges that you get in the matrix, just because of the location where it's formed. It allows you to work with turquoise with different gems than you may have originally thought. So Linda, I know you love this strand. You can't keep your eyes off it,
I can't keep my eyes off it. And you know, you just got a hint of it. You see the sheen when you move your hands. You see that beautiful one to the left of my screen, that one. I mean, what is there not to fall deeply in love with that strand? It's so unusual,
so
and
individual,
it is so completely and utterly. I'm trying to think of a word better than beautiful, and I can't at the minute. But that's what it is. It's golden.
Ineffable.
Yeah, is that? Well, I'll use that.
Ineffable means, for me, ineffable is a word that you cannot find a word to describe it. It's indescribable.
That's how I feel. I mean, those browns are bronzes and gold, so there's a lot of metallic look. You know, it's almost like it's been dribbled in a gold fountain, not a chocolate fountain, a golden fountain.
Somebody's got some chocolate, like next to a chocolate fondue, and they've just sort of swirled some milk chocolate over it.
Yeah, it's just
ran
stunning.
It under the chocolate fondue.
You will really, really be completely enamoured. It's one of those that you'll have in your collection for a while, I think, just to look at. It's so perfect.
Do you know, I've never really thought of this before, but I want to use gold with it, and I want to use shell pearls.
I think instinctively you want to use antique bronze or perhaps silver.
Yeah,
with
trying
turquoise,
to see
but that one has just got the edge for gold, hasn't it?
It does, just because of because of those that within the structure of the stone, each one's completely individual. It's that individuality that I love so much. I mean, I've got some wire coming up which I just have to put next to it, because that, for me, it totally changes your turquoise in my mind. It gives you a completely different look. Oh, sorry. Didn't think that was going to move so fast. Usually the wire is quite heavy. I didn't expect that to fly across the studio. But for me, I would not normally, with a black matrix on my turquoise, I wouldn't normally ever consider putting it with antique bronze wire.
No, I mean, it is, if you enjoy doing wire work, I mean, if you Gemma's running her intermediate today, and I mean, I think with that strand, they're making quite big, bold designs today, big, bold Gemma sort of collars and things today, and that gemstone, even if you've just got one on an asymmetric frame, is going to stand out.
You only need one, really, don't you?
Yeah. If you've got this asymmetric, these collars that they're making, and then just put one of those turquoise just on the collarbone, beautiful.
That sounds stunning. I'm also thinking of making myself a ring right now.
Yeah, there's nothing you can't make out of that, Ali. Nothing, earrings, everything. There's nothing you can't make. Even just one dangling on an ankle chain for on holiday.
But what amazes me is the price we can go to. You can actually have turquoise as an ankle chain.
Yes.
How incredible is that? I mean, I've seen price points in turquoise in the thousands, as in double figure thousands, as in £20,000 for turquoise pieces. You can charge whatever you want for your turquoise. Turquoise, as you will probably be well aware, December's birthstone, is a very, very out with the jewellery, out with the jewellery maker. It can be a very, very expensive stone to buy, and very tricky to find out if you've got a natural one or not.
Yes.
Because sometimes, I mean, a lot of people think, oh well, if it's got more of a brown, does that mean it's closer to the dyed howlite? Dyed howlite does give you more of a brown matrix, so therefore I can understand why you might look at it and think, oh, is it howlite or is it genuine turquoise when I'm looking elsewhere. This is natural, so what I would do is print out your authenticity certificate. It's completely free, or alternatively, if I've got my little bag here, which I do, this is from our sister channel, Gems TV, but it's showing you the authenticity certificate. If you want to get a laminated one, you can laminate your own, but what you will have here is a picture of your turquoise. It will say that it's completely natural in here. It will give you your information about your 50 carats of turquoise. It will give you your 6x7mm, 14x9mm, 13cm strand. Down here it will give you that information. It will say that it's natural in there, and that for me is massive. The fact that you can prove that it's a natural turquoise strand, we want you to prove that it's natural. Maybe if you want to make, there are 11 of these, I would probably, it's something that one of the guest designers mentioned the other day, I would print out 11 separate authenticity certificates for free. It's free to print it out, so of course it'll cost you the cost of your ink or your printer, but that's going to change the price point of your jewellery massively. If you can give somebody a piece of if you can give them a certificate and say yours is one of this strand and it's a completely natural turquoise, I mean, that's so personable.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, obviously I see gemstones quite regularly now, but I think had I not been as sort of semi-knowledgeable about gemstones now, I'd pick that out as the real thing anyway, because it's so perfect. I mean, you're saying about there's a lot of faux turquoise out there, and that's because everybody loves turquoise.
Yes, it's so popular.
Yeah, but you know, sometimes it's not in everybody's you know, price range, is it?
Of course.
So consequently, that's why there's a good margin for putting in faux turquoise. But I'm quite sure that this is going to be within most people's affordabilities for a strand of stunning high-end turquoise like that.
As Linda's mentioned and touched on, it's whatever you want. You can get turquoise, reconstituted turquoise, for a lower price. Of course you can, absolutely. And it's not, there's no disrespect to reconstituted turquoise. I love it. It's gorgeous. It allows everyone to get genuine turquoise at a great price point. But it just depends what you want to say about your jewellery, and it depends about what you, when you wear your own jewellery and when you make your own jewellery, it depends what you actually want. So do you want to say, I have the real deal, I have completely natural turquoise, I've got one of the world's most renowned and finest turquoise out there, completely natural Iranian turquoise. If you want to be getting yourself something true, genuine, rare and special, and limiting, making bespoke pieces, 11 individual, I would keep these and make them 11 separate pieces. I would, because there's 11 stones on here, and that's what it's saying to me. 11 pieces, one piece of turquoise like this in a collection, that would change my price point massively. I'd be expecting you to be at least charging about £35 to have one piece of turquoise in there. And you might think, really, can I charge that? Yes, because if you don't, people in my mind are going to think it's fake.
Yeah.
Because price point wise, depending on what you charge, if you get it for a price point that makes it easy for you to sell it at less than £35 a piece, which it will be, then people might look at your jewellery and think, oh well, it can't be that special then. If it's only down to what, £15 for genuine natural turquoise, it's not really going to be. You need to remember, a lot of people have gone into a lot of work to make sure you've got this at the price you're about to get it at. But you can put that into your working of your price point. So even though you physically haven't gone out and got the deal to be able to buy this amount of turquoise, you've taken the time to join us. You know how much work goes into getting this. You know the buying power that our sister channel worked up for 10 years to be able to get it. And that's why we're able to get quantities like this and qualities like this at the price we're about to bring in. So you've not had to do that work, but you know that all that work's gone on. So I personally would have that added on to my price point, wouldn't you, Linda?
Definitely. It's probably one of those things, if you do sell your jewellery, it's probably one of those strands that perhaps you need to have it like it is on the temporary strand, and then have a little printout about turquoise and its origins and what, you know, is expected from it and what people expect from it. Because as I said, when you first put that on, that is the most stunning strand I've ever seen here at Jewellery Maker.
Amazing. Giselle, lots of you, and we're going to get that price point in, because I think I'm a little bit behind, because we've got to get to the challenge, haven't we? Whoops, not the challenge, design inspiration. £35. Now, to be fair, I mentioned that as a ballpark sum for selling your jewellery. I didn't actually know that was the price going to be for this full strand of 11 of them. So, just from one stone, I imagine you can make your money back.
Yeah.
But then obviously you have to use other components, probably use gold findings. We've got some sterling silver plated with gold sterling silver with gold plated findings coming up later on for you. Spacer beads, it would be gorgeous with this. This for me is without a shadow of a doubt a must. If you can, if you've got money set aside for you today at $34.95, there's so many options for you. Good idea maybe is to get it home and then make your mind up. You've got a 30-day money back guarantee. Get it home and then see what you think. Have a look at price points elsewhere. I appreciate you might not have had time to have a look at prices everywhere and get your head around it. But these are the last in stock, and I've got how many left? 10 left. So just shy of half the stock's already been allocated. The price has only just come in at $34.95. Do give us a wee call when you can. It's a free phone number on 0800 644 655 on JewelleryMaker.com, or alternatively, whichever is most convenient for you, check it out on the web. But at $34.95, the amount of, well, put it this way, not here as an accredited jewellery professional, not here as your presenter, but here as your actual friend, the amount of places I've been where you'd be paying more than £35 for not even a real turquoise, I would recommend this. If I could recommend any strand for you today of genuine gems and natural turquoise, one that you maybe don't know too much about price point wise on, it would be this one, without a shadow of a doubt. So I'm going to leave that with you, so we can show you your design inspiration. Yay! I'm really excited about this. Really excited about this, Linda. So we're getting, am I correct in thinking 1, 2, 3, 4? Okay, well it says 4, but technically 5 strands here because we've got a doubler. Gotta love a double strand, haven't you? This is called Girls and Pearls. Oh, I like that name. I have to say I do pretty much love it. So, shell pearl, 2 strands of pearl. Let's get this one. Australian opal. Hello, hello. One of the world's most renowned locations for opals worldwide. And then your fabulous chain. So you've got a mixture. 175 carats of Australian opal, which is this here. And it's amazing. They are nuggets from 3 by 1 mil to 8 by 2 millimeter, 85 centimeter strand. And these are genuine Australian nuggets. You have got yourself lots of you joining us already. I'm not surprised. Lovely soft pinks there, peachy pinks in your pearl known as rice beads, 9 by 8 millimeter top drilled, or central drilled should I say. Then we've got side drilled for these beautiful lilac mist culture pearl baroques, 7 by 6 mil. Baroque means it's got one side that's sort of slightly flatter than the other, so therefore it's great for sitting along the neckline or balancing against the skin. It's perfect. And then you've got these wonderful golden shimmer shell pearls, 12 millimeter for the strand, 12 millimeter rounds on the strand, roughly about 33 on the strand, sort of lovely goldenish, soft golden, sort of sparkling champagne tones. And then we have this lovely rosary bead chain, 6 millimeter beads, 54 centimeters in gold flash copper with that for you. These amazing. I am so in love. As I mentioned, Carol this morning and I were having a good enjoy of these. These are dreamy. White shell, top drilled, carved roses, 20 millimeter, 5 of them in a pack. Now, do you get one pack? Only because I've got 10 here, which is making me think you might get 2 packs.
Yes, it's 2.
It's 2 packs. I was hoping it would be. I was hoping it would be 2 packs of those. It's amazing. And then we finish it off with some wire. What a lovely, lovely collection by our Linda here for you. Wire-wise, you're getting 10 meters of gold-coloured copper wire, and it's 0.4 millimeter in your gauge. Wow. What an opportunity. What a collection by our Linda. Linda, I'm so excited to see what you've made with this. So you might already have your eye on a strand straight away. You might want it all. I want it all. You're into the Baroque shape. And you've got 2 strands of pearls in here. Australian opals, which are so, well, they're world renowned for, many people know that some of the finest, if not the best opals can come from Australia, and have done and do come from Australia. So Australian opal nuggets is, well, when have you ever even seen them? Seen Ethiopian, but not Australian, for a very long time.
Yeah.
The quality of them is undeniable. They are outstanding. They're gorgeous. Could very well be from the Cooper Pedy mine. Could well be. So, oh wow. What, 10 of them? We're allowed 10 of those mother. I think you're being very generous here today, Linda, don't you think?
Yeah.
Why did you go for double amount? Because they're gorgeous.
Well, a 5's fantastic, but 10's better.
Yes,
So.
this is very true. Very true. If you don't ask, you don't get. That's what I say. Can I have more? More, please. So price point wise on this, what would you expect? Because this is probably going to be, for anyone watching, this is probably one of our most glamorous collections, isn't it? Elegant, sophistication. For me, this just oozes glamour. I mean, I could not see a lady with this on and not think she was sophisticated and elegant. There's no way. I'm thinking of ladies that come to mind for me. I adore Helen Mirren.
Oh
So
yes,
Helen Mirren is somebody who I see as
her
something
wearing
like this.
those, can't you?
Obviously Audrey Hepburn, that sort of the pearls come straight away. But what you're seeing here is dreamy as you like. Did you have fun putting this one together?
I did. It's strange enough, it was the opal that I went for first.
Was it?
Yes. I do like to have chips and nuggets if I can get them. I just think it gives you an opportunity for lots of different designs. But then obviously the pearls work just so brilliantly with the opal. There's every single solitary colour there that just works well with those pearls, as with all the rest of the pearls that have been on the show today.
Definitely.
Too. Yeah, I mean the opal will work just as well with the bright ones as well.
Yeah, that we had earlier in the day. Oh yes. Just to remind you, this strand we had earlier would you mind me showing that next to your collection?
I think that's fantastic. It really, that would add, wouldn't it? I mean, certainly with the opal and the cultured pearls there, that hazy violet is so gorgeous with them.
That one was only a $6.95 strand.
Steal.
Wow. So, if you were to put all of this together, I mean, imagine that. What would you charge for one of these on their own? What's their price? $250 minimum?
Well, you'd have to charge $250 minimum. That's again, it's what depends where you're selling and what the sale is all about, and etc. etc. But they're unusual. I mean, those are carved by hand into mother of pearl. So, you know, they're beautiful. You can imagine the amount of work that's gone into them.
Well, if you think about it, it's only the top lapidarists ever reach carving level.
Well, that's right. I mean, they've taken a flat piece of the shell and created basically a 3D image to it, because that's not flat. That's you can see that's a 3D image. It stands proud.
So much detail. Imagine you slipped making that.
Yeah.
Have to start again.
And the thing, we've had some little tiny shells as well on the show. Little tiny shell pearl. Shell flowers this week. I think the little tinies, which would work stunningly with these. But what I like about these is they're top drilled.
Yes.
They're top drilled, so that gives you that sort of charm drop. You know what I mean? That little pendant drop or charm or whatever you want to do with it. It's top drilled, so that makes it so much easier, I think, again, for a beginner. I mean, and for me as well. As soon as I see a top drilled image like this, I think, yeah, I know I can work with that, definitely.
And all you need is a little jump ring and a shepherd suit, and you've got earrings.
That's exactly what I've made.
What I've just thought of, I'm trying to get my head around this price. Because for me, if this was £2.50 for one of these, and you've got 10, that's £20 just on these. Then we've got your wire, which is at least £4.95 or something you would expect. I'm not sure if we know the price of the wire, but I'll hang fire on that one in a minute. Cheryl pearls, well, we just went to a whopping low on one strand to $6.95, which we should not have done. Say we were to be that naughty and do that on this one again, that's $26.95, it's £27, not including the wire. Strand of pearls, I mean, they're at what, $12.95? Smaller size, let's take it to $9.95. I'm being really generous here. I shouldn't do that, should I? $9.95, so that's you looking about £36. Then we add in this one. They're bigger, they're huge. This has to be $12.95. Has to be. Look at the size of them. So say that was $12.95 onto your £36. So 38, 39. That's £49 for that. Then we've got, I mean, what sort of price would you charge for this? Do you ever really see this?
No, not often. No, I think we've only had it in the once. And I think
it's about $8.95.
Yeah, I made this kit up a few weeks ago, so I managed to get that strand when it first came in and sort of hide it away.
So $8.95. So that's us over way over £50.
Yeah.
Then we've got this strand of nuggets, which with Australian opal, you got to be looking at $11.95. They're Australian opals. I know we do nuggets for lower prices, but these are Australian opals. You've got to look at least $11.95 on that. So that's about £60–70, and then you're wide on top. So if we were to do anywhere less than £60, that would be a great deal, right?
Yeah.
Bearing in mind, that was already a great deal on the shell pearl and the pearls. I said to $9.95. We went pretty low on those. Yeah. So already that's Jewellery Maker prices on the late show. A little bit naughty. So as long as I take this under £60. We've got a great price point, do you think? Should be prices only $42.60. What are we up to? Oh yes, I say should be. Oh. Because we're going to take it down. For less than half of what I guesstimated it to be.
Whoa.
$29.95. You look like how I feel.
No, I'm happy for the customers,
yeah, of course,
to be able to buy, you know, such beautiful gemstone at such affordable prices. So don't get me wrong, but whoa, it's worth a lot more than that. Well, a lot more. Well, as you've just said,
it's just we guesstimated.
Yeah.
You've obviously got your eyes set on whether it be a couple of the strands, whether it be the these are just divine. So you've already got a price set in your head of what you would maybe want to pay for certain pieces. So I was just trying to give a guesstimate of what I would be looking at here as a presenter on this channel. But if you're new to this show for the first time ever, you're probably thinking, pearls for $9.95 for a strand, are you joking? So I know that's Jewellery Maker prices. As a new viewer, I don't want you to think in any way I'm trying to imply a value or worth, because if I am, I would not be at £30. I would be way over £30. I mean, you could pay over £100 for a pearl necklace. All you need to do is add a clasp onto that. They are genuine pearls. So well done to those of you who've already got it. Just to make you aware, I don't have a big quantity of these. We have 80 and that's it. Now, half the stock, just shy of, has already been allocated, and this is without seeing Linda's designs. So I know a lot of you will be watching and thinking, oh, I love that, but I don't know what to do with it. Once I see some design inspiration, then I'm going to know what to do, and then I'm going to want to get one. Trust me, don't wait till there's a delay on the line. Try and get it now. That extra strand, we might put it at the bottom of the screen later. I'm going to take it over with me. If there's any left of these at $6.95 that would go in, then do try and maybe add in, if you can, if Linda, if you think that that's a good strand to maybe add to.
I definitely do, without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, why? Look, it just can't not. Oh, it's beautiful.
You made a tree of life.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
I'm not known for my wire work, but I do like making trees of life. Especially when I've got a pearl and I can put a moon in.
Oh, there's those. Oh, this is just gorgeous.
I've been really gem heavy though. I mean, I could probably have doubled the amount of jewellery that was made, if not more than doubled it.
And look at the big shell pearl in there. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I'm really getting quite intrigued by trees of life. I'm trying to think about putting people in there now, and little birds sitting on the branches and things like that.
People up a tree.
Yeah, I'm getting a bit. Yeah, I'm sort of just getting a bit sort of carried away.
Oh my gosh, you're going to have celebrity faces popping out next.
Yeah, why not?
Who are you going to go for first?
Bill Oddie sitting looking for his bird. Bird watching, I should say.
Oh my gosh, this is brilliant. I love much love.
As I say, you can just use the one drop on that, but I like my sort of waterfall drops, and
me too. I love something you can play with, tactile.
Exactly. But as I said, you can really stretch this into twice as much as I've already done. So particularly that
necklace next to it. I mean, that is one of the most glamorous sort of Chanel idea pieces that I've ever seen. That's your headline piece. That one is.
It's really wearable, though. I think.
Definitely.
Say it could be worn as an occasion wear, or it could just be popped on, say, a little sweater, a little round neck sweater.
You can dress it up as much as you wish, or dress it down. For in the winter time, if you wear more of your sort of cardies and things.
That's right.
Lovely.
With a little twin set. Yes.
I was just thinking, a lady I play golf with, in her little twin set. I just get a magic.
Little cashmere twin set.
Yeah.
Lovely.
I can imagine her in that. This bracelet is fabulous. This is the one that I was mentioning earlier. That I saw across the room.
I think those were the last 3 pearls that I'd got left when I finished working with the kit, and I'd got the one flower, and I think I'm probably more pleased with that piece than anything. Sometimes we tend not to look at the bracelets quite in depth. We tend to look more at the necklaces, but I think that's such a pretty bracelet. And again, you could just add charms in between the little gold balls. You can add more, so you could actually have that as a base for little gemstones that have been left over.
And you could have that as an individual piece as well.
That's right. That you can take that off. I pop that inside the lobster claw clasp, so that basically and onto a jump ring, so that you can actually make more charms. As I say, with any excess, if you had this would work just the same with the lilac pearls. Make one from that and have a removable little dangle.
I love that. That's a removable dangle, because I would want to put it at the back if I was wearing one of the necklaces. And I thought, I'm going to have my hair up and I want to have that at the back. You can actually just simply add that on. That's just a little bit of chain, and then you're. So that's what, just a head pin?
It's just a head pin. As I say, it's top drilled. So if you just put one of the, a little head pin with a little ball end, or even one with a little flower or a little star on, and then just pull it up proud at the back, and then just wrap loop it onto the chain.
And then the earrings. Now, how much would you charge for those?
Well, I mean, those earrings probably, again, it all depends where you're selling, but I don't think I'd let those go under, say, $11.95, to be truthful.
Yeah.
Because I think sometimes you can go a little bit too low.
Yeah, definitely.
And then people think, well, you know what, but at least they'll think about it at that price.
Yeah, I'd say around,
you know,
I'd say £12 would have them easily out the door, depending on where you're offering them. I mean, if you were having them in one of the boutique cabinets at Gleneagles, or if you had them at St Andrews, you would have a different price point on what. But what you've got here for £30. Just to let you know, I'm really, really sorry. There's a really slight delay on the lines. It's nothing major. It's about a minute, so 60 seconds. But the call centre are brilliant. It's a free phone number. You haven't missed out yet. They're still available, but just to remind you that they are limited. So do just give us a wee call when you can. But at that sort of price point, that this is not going to be here for long at all, especially now that people have seen just some of the designs, not even touched on this gorgeous lilac necklace with the tassels that you've used.
I popped that in as a last minute thing, that sort of firework thing, only just in case we just have time quickly. I've had so many people ask me how I did that. And it's a flat pom-pom basically, so anybody knows how to make a pom-pom, just do one row. But I've quickly got one mugged up here, as it were, so I'll go through that in seconds.
Oh, yeah,
but I just had a lot. You know, sometimes when you look at something, once you say, yeah, light bulb moment, I see what you mean now.
Yes.
Very, very simple.
Wonderful. What are we going to have?
Well, the Tree of Life, we're going to look at that now. Forgive me, I didn't have any extra. I used my gold wire, obviously, because the gold wire is in the bundle, and I'd used up a lot of my gold wire, so I hadn't got any more at home, so I've mugged it up in silver. So please don't get confused. It's the gold
pearls, for example,
that you get. So all you need to do is, if you have got the wire, I don't think it's in stock.
Is the one we're
That's
going to
right.
look at.
If you've got our wire twister, which I don't think we have any in stock, I'm not sure. Just have a look on the website just to see.
I'm not entirely
but
sure.
There's two wire twisters. This is the one I use, the little sort of ratchet handle, which has got the little five little holes in it. So that now, if you haven't, and you haven't got the other wire twist at all, and you can't get one, well, just get I think I've used 4 lengths of wire into a key handle and just twist. As long as you've got something really rigid, to pull against. But then, having said that as well, I think, did I see some twisted wire on?
We have got some twisted wire. It's not as dainty as this. Let me go and get it.
That'd be fine.
And then I'll show it next to it so you can
that'd
see.
be absolutely fine. Having the twisted wire that's ready twisted, really useful.
This was quite. This is a thicker gauge. It's 1 mil, but we've got a daintier gauge at 0.4 mil.
That's absolutely fine.
So these are both coming up separately.
Both of these will work beautifully. Okay. So if you're watching the show later on, then and you haven't got the wire twister, then pick up these 2 reels. Absolutely superb for the job. With lots and lots of, you'll make loads of trees of life with that. So let's say that you've now twisted your wire. Now all we need to do now is to form a circle. Now obviously you can make it as small and as dainty or as large as you want to. You can use, say, what could be used? Anything that's round,
like a rolling
to mold.
pin.
Yes, good idea.
Yay!
Good idea. I was trying to think of a mandrel, but mandrels aren't quite that wide, are they? So rolling pin's good. It's got to be something.
Or a bottle of wine.
Even better.
Bottle.
Yeah.
I just say, well, a lot of people message me and say, I'm sitting down having a wee glass.
That's fine as well. Absolutely
so if you've got your empty bottle, it'd be a bit bigger than the rolling pin was what I was thinking.
It just has to be something that you can slip it off. Okay, so you've put it around, you've twisted it, and then you can just slip your circle off. I'll just do it freehand for now. So let's say that we've now got this circle. Don't worry too much about it, because you can smarten that circle up as you work through the design. So we've formed our circle, whatever size you want it to be, and then all you need to do is to have a small crossover on the one side and keep a long length on your working hand. On your left if you're left-handed, on your right if you're right-handed. Now with the short end, just turn that underneath a couple of times and retain that, because that will make part of that will become our wrapped loop or our simple loop to adhere it to whatever medium that you want to have for the neckline piece. And then what I did with the excess, let me just chop off some of this at the end because I've got some of my rough wire on, is simply just turn it round, just to give it sort of a little organic look around the edge, so it goes in and out. Be careful of your eyes because the wire is quite springy. Again, don't worry about the shape. Can you hear them hammering next door?
They're tinkling away. Tinkling. I'm not sure.
Yeah, a little tinkling sound. It's Gemma's. Gemma's obviously got them hammering this afternoon. So just go all the way round, quite sort of fairly randomly, although I'm quite sure that by the time you get round you'll find that you've done it quite uniformly, to be honest. But as I say, don't worry too much about it because the tree is quite an organic look anyway, so you don't have to make this ultra tidy. But then there are purists amongst us who like things to be that way, so obviously just take a little bit more time. You can see now that that's actually strengthened the circle somewhat to work on. I mean, by all means, you can use more wires to twist and have it thicker, or as I said, you know, buy the twisted wire anyway. Then when you come back to the little bit of excess that you've left, just take the long piece and just pinch in that excess and just again, just strengthen by just coiling up a little. Again, it's just making this sort of organic look, which will improve once the tree of life actually gets in there. And then you can just trim off your excess, and there's plenty there now to make yet another tree of life. I did see at the weekend in a shop window tree of life little earrings, so that would be quite nice, wouldn't it, to have a tiny version of it?
That would be really cute. Right,
so now we've got our circle. So the next part is actually forming the bottom of the tree root, as it were. Now again, I'm using silver wire, so I apologise for that. But use the gold wire that's in the kit if you want to emulate exactly the same as I've got here. So just first of all, take one length of your wire, which is probably about 12 inches. I'm not quite sure what that is in centimetres, but about 12 inches, and simply put it on the base of the circle, centred, and just twist it around a couple of times. Now this is my version of the tree of life. There are many out there, so quite rightly there'll probably be lots of people saying, well, I don't do it that way. That's fine, that's fair enough, but this is the way, this is my way. And then another, exactly the same. It doesn't have to be exactly the same length, but all you need to, when you look at it, is just think, well, yes, that'll stretch across the diameter of the circle. That'll more than go across the diameter of the circle, so that's fine. So that's what you're looking for. You're just looking that each wire will go around the diameter. Then pop on another one. Don't forget, each time now you're doubling up. So each piece of wire is giving you twice the bulk. I think I probably used about, I would say probably about 8 or 10 lengths all told. No, not that many. No, I haven't got 20 in there, have I? Probably about 7 of these full lengths. I'll just pop one more in. But you can put in as many as you want. I think I saw, I don't know whether that's this morning's over there on the
there was a tree of life yesterday in the wall.
Was it yesterday? There's a beautiful one there,
one
which is just made of wire. Yeah, so you don't even have to have the gemstones unless you want to. So there we go. Put in as many as you want.
And is that the 0.4 mil gauge?
Yeah, that's the 0.4. I'm just going to put one more in because I don't want it to look like the poor thing needs watering. I'll just give it a little bit of substance. So we just pop one more in, just twist it around. Now you probably see that now all my wires are facing, basically they're away from me. And you can see that they're quite messy looking there. Don't worry about that, because actually the messier that this part is, in my view, the nicer the root of that tree looks. So all we need to do then is to get all of those wires and pull them up towards us. So now we've got the wires that are just sitting up like that, see? Just like that. And then take your finger and thumb on your working hand and just do a little pinch about 1 centimetre up, and then hold on to the circle of the twisted wire and twist. Just twist the wire quite tightly at that point there, and now you can now see, hopefully. I would make that a lot, you see on the one I've got there's a lot more strands of wire in there, but now we've got the basis of the tree and its roots. And then just twist that another couple of times so that we've got a very definite sort of trunk to the tree, and then start to separate the wires out a little bit. Okay, just move them. You can work on them as you work around. So again, you don't have to be fussy. The whole tree will basically form. You probably will never make 2 trees of life exactly the same. So it will start to form. So now we've got sort of a bit of a tree of life, which with all our wires sticking out proud. See, but there you can almost see the format. Okay, of where we're going. So now is coming to the nice bit. So I've now taken 2 of these wires here, and again I'm just pinching them and giving them a little bit of a twist, just to give a little bit of a beginning of a branch. You can do that as you can do that right to the top and then just put a few of the gemstones on if you want to, or you can just start a little branch off there. And then I've used, as you can see on my design, I've used the opal. So this is when we just start to thread on. Again, randomly, if you want to sort of sort the opal and there's obviously larger nuggets and there's smaller nuggets. So you could start off with the smaller ones and work through to the larger ones, or vice versa. But mine's quite a full in-leaf symmetry that's blossoming at the moment. So I'm just going to pack it as I actually pick them up. And I think, certainly for me, having this asymmetric brain, that really works for me. Just picking them up and popping them on, because I haven't got a preconceived sort of picture in my mind. And consequently, it's just beautiful to see it when it's completely finished. So now we've got on probably 6 or 7 of the little nuggets. And just take them out to that circle. And then with your excess wire, just pull that wire in to form that very first branch of the tree of life. Okay, so you've got your first one on. Obviously the more that gets on, the more character it gets and the nicer it starts to look. If you think at some point that this part down here, for whatever reason, is looking a little bit, say, sparse for what you're working on or what you're looking for in your mind, then you can always add a little bit more wire by just twisting around the branch here, or even bringing some of the excess in that you've got working on over here. So the next thing to do is exactly the same again, is just thread on a few more of the nuggets, and I won't do the whole thing. Are you doing it with me? You're quite quiet.
I'm trying.
How are you? Sorry, I was aware you were doing something, but
yeah, I'm trying to copy. I'm trying to join in.
You love to create as well.
I do.
That's what I love about working with you, Ali. You're actually making as we're going along, which is brilliant.
I'm a bit slow because I don't have the wire.
Not at all. So now we've got the next one on. Now, if you wanted to, you could actually nugget up all of those strands and then put them into the shape of the tree if you wanted to. But I tend to just go, as I fill the strands, I just pull them in at the same time. Again, now on that one, I'm going to leave that wire. I'm going to leave all my wires.
When you're talking about wire, sorry to interrupt, yeah. Linda. Are we just going to show these quickly just now? Is that right, Helena?
Please do, yep.
Just really quickly, sorry.
No, it's great. No, it's fine.
We've got this lovely pink wire. Could you use the silver wire as the base, yes, as in the outside round bit, and then the pink for the tree?
Well, can you imagine using that as the base, the silver, which is really strong, nice twisted wire, and then the pink for the actual tree itself, and then putting that peridot on? and you sort of have
yes.
like an apple blossom look. I mean, all of this is stylized tree. They're not botanically correct, so you can do what you want, whatever colour. That's coming up beautifully.
Mine's gone wrong.
No, it hasn't gone. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with the tree of life.
I was a bit late in starting, and it's the wrong.
It isn't. You can't go wrong. If you just put more wires on, you can add them now. You can still add more wires on and bring it into that main body there. Definitely.
It's a bit of a flimsy tree at the bottom. So we've got both these wires. This one is the 0.25 mil for the pink, and then it's 1 millimeter gauge and 10 meters of the twisted in silver color, and you get 10 meters of the 100 meters of the 0.25, 10 meters of the twisted, which is 1 mil, and there's some pliers. There's some chain nose pliers and some flat nose pliers as well, so you got them both in there as well. So all of that is going to be at one price. Should be £25 and 30p. We're not really usually taking prices down on tools.
No.
£14.95.
Oh. Goodness me.
Well, if that wasn't a reason to do your first tree, this is the first tree of life I've ever done.
And that's 100 metres?
100 metres of the 0.25 mil, 10 metres of the twisted, but it's technically 20 because it's 2 meters of 10 twisted together, isn't it? So
yeah, absolutely.
That's 20 meters.
That's fantastic for making anything, any pendants that you want to add wire and add gemstones on. That's great again for your framework, and that's beautiful for wiring on, because it's really strong. 0.25 is, and obviously it'll go through any of those strands of distinction,
and your pearls as well.
Your pearls, it'll go through anything. So, and it'll even look pretty even if you don't put a gemstone on.
Yeah, it'd be lovely. Oh, love it. Right, so that is £14.95. Tools are normally what, £4.95 each, aren't they? Got to be quick on it, but it's there. Sorry, Linda, let's get back to
it. So on that particular branch there, as you can see, I just brought it out to the edge of the circle and then twisted onto the circle. Now, what I do sometimes then is, rather than just go to the circle and stopping within the circular frame, I like to add a few little nuggets. You don't have to use the nuggets, you can use the little pearls. The little pearls look fantastic on trees of life as well. In fact, most gemstones look absolutely stunning, whatever shape they are. So I've just added 3 little more nuggets on, and then I've just used the excess that's left over to twist again around that shape, and then that's just edging its way. It's almost like if you imagine how an ivy will climb around a tree. So it just gives a little bit more interest as the tree starts to sort of develop. And then again, bring in another couple of wires, or even 3, which is why it's probably a good idea to put on as many wires as you think you can cope with in the beginning. Particularly if you're using a large circle, then by all means, you know, you could be working on 20 wires, which would give you 42, which would give a lovely strand. So the next lot of wires I'm working on, again, on each set of wires that I come into work, I give that an extra twist so that it really does form another branch, as it were. And then what I can do on this particular one now, because I've got a fairly short wire here, I will nugget that short wire up, but these 2 here that are extra long or longer, I'll move the short one out of the way, and then I'll twist those again. So that gives, coming from that same first branch, I've actually got another branch coming off of that one as well. So when you actually tug it into the sides, you're really giving it some form. I know it doesn't look like it at the minute, but you are giving some form, and once it starts to fill up with the nuggets, all this in the centre here will be full of the nuggets, and it will give that sort of really organic look that trees have. So again, I'll just quickly put some nuggets onto this, because I'm just going to jump ahead then onto the pearl that goes in, which is the sun or the moon really, isn't it, a pearl with the iridescence and the pearlescence from it. So just put some nuggets onto that lower branch there, and wire that out again onto the side, adding as many as you want, because the wire really is your friend, and you can form it as well as you know, as many times as you want. You can create any shape. When the whole thing's actually finished, when you start to find it a little bit difficult to get into your spaces, use your round nose pliers and just pull that wire through. Leave all the excess wire on at this point. Now this middle wire now is what I'm going to thread on a couple of the nuggets, and then I'm going to pop a pearl. Let's put one of these pearls on and pop the pearl on. Just the one pearl just makes it just so pretty. I let the pearl come in, and then just let it sit where it wants to sit. Can you see I'm just letting it sit? It's sitting fairly on the edge there, so it'll just sort of be peeping through, and then wire that in.
This is so much fun.
Well, what I like about it is you'll end up with something that you've got a little bit of an idea of what you're making, but at the end of it, it'll be I didn't exactly think it would look like that. Isn't that, you know, pretty?
Oh no, mine's gone wrong because I didn't twist it.
You can also obviously add different gemstones. You could have half of it in pearl, half of the tree in pearl, and half of the tree in nuggets. As I say, it's just stylized, so it doesn't matter.
Is that because I'll feel a bit better with mine because I've just picked up things from the stash?
No, you really can. You really and truly can make it. No, it's not finished. That's what.
I forgot to do the twist.
It doesn't matter. You do it on the next one. It doesn't matter. That's a branch that's coming from the stem of the tree, isn't it? So it's absolutely fine. You will start to think, oh, is it forming right? There's no right ways and there's no wrong ways on doing this sort of jewellery making at all. That's why I think, you know, you will find it quite relaxing. So on that third strand that I've got coming off of this branch, I've already put the pearl in on the middle one. So I'm just going to thread up again with the opal the third length of wire that's coming off that branch. Again, I'm just putting them in randomly, and then I'm just going to pull that over. Let's just get it. I think I just need one. Let's get that one off. It's a little bit big. Perhaps when you're going across the pearl, perhaps that is the time to use the smaller nuggets, because although it's a mahoosive pearl, we do want to see it there. So I'm just going to pop in the smaller nuggets, and then what we do then is we pull the nuggets. Maybe you can see I'm just pulling the nuggets across the pearl. Okay. And then you'll see if you need to add another. I need to add one more on there just to get it onto the edge. Just add one more of the little tiny one.
Just to say, I know many of you, I think my producer just saying, everybody seems confused. They weren't sure who was going to be on the late show and who was going to be on the mid show. Jenny very kindly swapped with me today so that I could go and see Wicked this evening, because I got tickets to go to the Birmingham Hippodrome to see Wicked, and then I'm going home to Scotland. So Jenny's swapped. So Jenny's doing the late show. I don't think it was updated on the jingly. Oh, well, you don't see jingle jangle, but on the computer. That's our internal system for when we work and when we don't work. So, but yeah, it's not updated on the website. So please forgive us for that. Please accept my apologies. You're stuck with me today.
And it's brilliant. Right. So now I've pulled the nuggets now, sort of just slightly towards the top of that pearl. Okay. Now, bearing in mind that you will, I think, put on more wire than I started the whole design off with, but as I said to Ali, you can add more. But now what I want to do is just pull some more wire in, okay, and completely twist this wire. I've pulled in two more of the rest of the remaining wires, and just literally, if you keep your fingers, the twisting hand, keep the fingers on the twisting hand in one place. Don't move it up the wire until you know that that wire's as twisted as you want it to be, and you'll feel it because it'll just start to curve. See, the wire's just starting to have some sort of curve in it, which means it's going to have some bounce to it. So as
I like some bounce in my tree.
as you twist it, you can then pull it across that moon as well, and let's just anchor it so I can show you what I mean. Let's just anchor those two wires. I mean, this is an ongoing project, a Tree of Life, and I'm absolutely loving doing them at the minute. So again, anchor it in. Okay, so now what we've got now, if I move that out of the way and some of these wires, you can see there's now just like a little bare branch going across.
Yeah.
So you can just fill it up or make it as sparse as you want. Now what I would do now if I'd got more time is all of this part here I would really fill up with the nuggets like I have done on the, if I bring this one in.
Yeah, of course.
Is that okay? If I bring this
please.
one in. See how I've really filled up the one side, so I've given it a sort of a lopsided look. And then when you've completely finished that, keep, as I say, keep all the wires on the edge that you're working with. When you've completely finished that, then's the time to shape it with your flat nose pliers. You can, because they're all of the gemstones are on wire, you can pull it forward, you can push it back, and you can shape it. And then what I decided to do on this particular one, with all of the random wires that are left over, I just trimmed them down to different lengths really, nothing more than a couple of inches, and took my round nose pliers and just started to coil down using my finger as a cushion. Just started to just coil back. Just keep it going. Again, you don't have to be ultra neat with it. Just get that nice little coil, filling it back, and then you can then tuck that in onto the edge. If I move that out of the way, you can just sort of see that there, that little coil sitting there. And believe you me, that with all of these random wires, rather than just cut them out, if you just either coil them back like that or use a flat coil, it really sort of adds to the sort of, what would you call it, around the edge? It adds to the sort of, well, I suppose it is detail, yeah, but it adds to the body of it really as well. So don't waste it, use it. And then when you finish the whole tree, you've
makes it more finished.
Yeah, yeah, it just gives it a little bit more of, I mean, I've coiled that in.
Professional
finish. Put
finish.
your own personality into it, perhaps. And then when you've finished, you've got that first piece of your coiled wire that you use to complete your circle. On the part that you've used to coil back your excess on, put your round nose pliers there and push away. Bring the round nose pliers back and bring the excess back. Take the pliers out, pop them back in, and then twist it around and bring it back down the coil. That coiled part that you made in the first place. It thickens it up and it just gives it that little bit of an organic look. Trim off your excess. If you have a lot of excess at that point, again, you could use that as a thicker coil. But now you've just got on the top, you've got a little access point, you've got a little ring that you can then pop on to whatever medium you want to go up the neckline. When you finish the whole thing, it's not too late. You can still add gemstones to it by adding more wire, and you can give it a little bit of character by, as I say, bending it around, or even perhaps at the bottom where Leah's just got the camera now, at the bottom, sort of, sorry, I think that's the wrong shot, isn't it? Sorry, that's my fault. Just at the bottom here, where there's the sort of little root work, as it were, a few little nuggets down there would look really pretty, wired in afterwards. Or say you've got some tiny seed beads or something like that, just wire those in there. Just play with it as long as you like, and then stop when you think, whoa, I really like that. That's the time when you stop.
Yeah, you don't keep adding and adding and adding.
Yeah. So that's my way of making a tree of life anyway.
I like your way of
I think
I understand it.
Well, I think people will say that they make them differently, which is fair enough, but I find that the easiest for me anyway.
I love it. I want to finish it, but it didn't do very well. I don't really have matching wire or gems.
Oh look, that looks like a little blossom tree in the spring. It's just, once it fills up, honestly, truly, it will be really pretty.
That one's got a few too many on there.
I don't think so.
Big long arm.
I don't think so.
But I'll leave that there. Right, we've got some boards for you now. Have a look at these. Now this is in fact what, Linda, you've got your nuggets in at the minute. What most of our guest designers use is this pink one. So if you need a hold of one of these, we've got this no ball there. It does say Jewellery Maker on it because it's ours, yeah. So we've got the beading buddy, which has got all your inches down the side of it, and inches along the top, centimetres along the side of it, and then inches around the outside. And then we've got the bracelet board as well. Both of these are available for you, as well as 3 strands. Now we're going to add it all together as a big bundle opportunity. So it's essential for your beading. Oh, and there's beading thread. Oh, it's a nice chocolate colour. 0.45mm gauge and 50 metres. It says bronze beading thread. That's the darkest bronze I've ever seen.
It's a dark bronze. It is. It's a dark chocolate colour.
Oh,
I've not seen that colour before.
No, me neither. With our Unakite for you. Unakite 40 carats, 4mm plain round you have on this one.
I haven't seen Unakite for ages.
I saw it the other day, but not in plain rounds. There were sort of big slabs we had.
It's really pretty, that is, isn't it? All the pinks in it, all the peaches. That'd go nice with the pearls. The peachy pearls.
Oh, or sunstone maybe. Peachy sunstone. Oh, these, well, these match the board, don't they?
Gee, that's a dead ringer for kunzite colour, isn't it?
100%. It's the closest kind of sort of to natural kunzite rounds. We've got, because it's got a lovely hint of sort of lilac to it.
Beautiful.
Really, you've absolutely hit the nail on the head with that. So similar to kunzite, it's uncanny a little bit, isn't
in fact, I thought it was at a glance, you know.
Imagine I was standing with a strand
that's
of
what made
kunzite
me
like
think,
this.
no, it's not.
Like, yeah, we've got one of these.
Yeah. Not in a bundle.
It's for you. Oh, it doesn't tell me the carat weight on this. We've got your flat shell coins. I'll tell you these. These are 12mm flat shell coins. I'll just need to work out what size this is, unless I've just picked this from somewhere. It's your 12mm in your quartzite, sort of lilac quartzite. 340 carats on that one.
Oh.
So you get all of them together. £19.20 for all of it normally. If we added just all the price of each thing individually, because you get your beading thread and you get your 3 colours, or 3 strands, should I say. Now, they don't necessarily have to work together. I'm going to be honest with you, this is what we do on the Late Show. We bundle things together so we can clear some bolt space. Yeah. You can imagine this big board takes up quite a lot of space.
Yeah.
So we're going to take it to less than £10.
Whoa.
Yeah, probably shouldn't do that, should we?
Let's wait and see what it's going to, then I'll say, well, wow. I, hand on heart, and everybody that knows me at home and sees me making jewellery, hand on heart, totally, completely and utterly cannot work without my beading boards.
No.
I can't. I cannot work. If somebody took my beading boards away, they'd be taking my whole inspiration away from me as well. I mean, even here, I have to have a beading. You can see, I've got them. Yeah. And the first thing I do in the morning when I come in is I set my challenge up, all my kits up, my boutiques up, and everything on a pink beading board. I cannot work without them. A tray doesn't work for me, nothing. It has to be a beading board.
I tried doing it on my knee once. In the car, trying to make a tiara for the summer ball, and many of you regular viewers will know what happened. There was a lot of pink sapphires and amethyst down the side of my friend's car seat, because as the car went around the corner, all the gems did too. And on my safe, I had them on top of my toolkit. I had my toolkit open. I had them in a little bag as well, but I hadn't pulled the bag shut. They just all rolled out, and I was like,
absolutely.
So, but don't worry, I have got them all. I did use one of the ladies at the ball taught me a technique. She was like, get some stockings, cut off the end, put it over the end of your hoover, and hoover it up, and then it catches all the catches it in your stocking.
What a good idea!
Yeah, because I was like, I've lost my big
It's uncanny actually, where gemstones, you know, you can see one fall, and you think, I know what direction that's gone in. Completely changes.
Get the wee nozzle on the end of your hoover, or sorry, vacuum. And then cut off just get a pair of tights, cut off the end.
That's a good
idea. And
idea.
then put it in make sure you get like elastic band, put it round it, and let it suck it up, and then you pull it off, and you've got it in the stockings.
Fantastic.
There you go. If you ever drop your stones down the side of a car seat, then that's what you do. But yeah, so that's looking at there's 6 pieces here individually. There's 6 individual items. So if that was a strand, it was just over £1 each for the strand, because it's £9.95. It's almost as if you're paying £3.30 a strand, and you're getting the rest for nothing. Or if you want your beading board, I mean, beading boards, they're not highly priced. I think they're £1.95 or something. They are, but
they're one of those. I'll put them in the tool thing, because you can work all your measurements and things. Only last night I was working out a triple strand necklace for a kit that I'm bringing on Sunday.
Ooh.
And I wouldn't have been able to do it as easily or as quickly without that board, because those numbers were doing the work for me, so I could do my 3 strands and get it just right.
It's nice as well if you're trying to work out your
design,
your gemstone design, because you can count out how many
Yeah.
gems you've got, and you can look at it, looks if
That's
it
right.
looks symmetric, or it looks out of place, or if
Yeah,
you put too many on one side. Just this strand alone I'm quite happy with for $9.95.
I love that. It's such a beautiful pretty pink, isn't it? Well, lilac-y pink, dusky
Gorgeous.
pink.
Gorgeous. Linda, I have loved more than you know that design inspiration that we just had there as part of it. They're like, Ali, let's see yours. Attempt. All right, guys. All right. I know it was rubbish. I tried. Well, God loves a
it's guessing.
trier.
That's how everybody's is going to begin. That's how that one is not that attractive. The one I've just done on air, but it will be when I've finished it.
I was
It
just
will
picking
look
up
like that one.
gems from down in the stash there that from previous design inspiration. I want to finish it. I want to start a new one and make a proper one. I feel it was a bit
I think
rushed.
it's one of those things that perhaps you look at it first and think it may be a little bit difficult, but it isn't, is it?
Yeah, it looks ridiculously
where do you start?
difficult.
But it
I'm,
isn't
now I know how
difficult.
to start the tree,
Yeah.
and I just feed it on the branches. Now I'm really excited. Now I think I can do it. $9.95. No, you don't get the tree for that, but you do get 3 strands of beading thread and the 2 beading boards. We're just going to go to a really, really short break. I know there are lots of you looking for it. I've got a sort of Great Gatsby party I'm going to, and the next design inspiration makes me think with the feathers, maybe that's something I could, oh yeah, you're going to love it. Linda and I will join you on the other side of a very, very short break.
The fastest way to shop with Jewellery Maker is by going to our website. Just click on the sign up button. Once you've filled in the required details, you can start shopping. You can watch the show by clicking the Watch Live button on the front page. You can also use our Refine tool and narrow down your search. Once you've found an item that you like, just simply click on the Buy Now button and the item will be added to your basket. Don't forget you can add as many items to your basket per day and still only pay 1 P&P. Enjoy shopping with Jewellery Maker.
If you have a question or query for Jewellery Maker, then you can contact our call centre on 0800 644 655 and press option 2, or alternatively you can email help@jewellerymaker.com.
Tune in to Designer Inspiration on Wednesday the 13th of August for our last ever Jewel Enamel show. All stock must go, so we'll be doing some crazy low prices. Make sure you don't miss it, because this time you really will miss out.
Are you new to jewellery making? Then tune in to our Designer Inspiration Show every day between 1 and 5 for our new 2 sections. We'll help you get started and give you all the knowledge and inspiration you need. Also, we'll be introducing you to a new medium every day. Whether you're a beginner or intermediate, we've got everything you need to get you started with a new hobby. The Designer Inspiration Show, only on Jewellery Maker.
Pearls are classic. I mean, who doesn't love pearls? You look at them, they look elegant, they look classy, and they make elegant, classy jewellery when you're creating with them. I think right from the whitest of white pearl to the peach pearl, they're always stunning, and anybody can wear them. They're one of my favourites. You see them, don't you, in expensive jewellers, covered in diamonds. Diamond and pearls are the classic duo, and that's why I love pearls.
Pearls are always a huge seller on Jewellery Maker, and I think it's because there's a huge amount of emotional attachment to them. I think whatever walk of life you come from, whatever your age, you always associate pearls with maybe someone who's worn pearls before you, maybe your grandma, maybe your mum. So there's always that emotional attachment to pearls, and they can be classic, they can be contemporary, they can really be whatever you want them to be, and definitely one of my favourite gemstones.
Now, what I didn't mention to you earlier was that we have a little bit of a cheeky pearl avalanche. Oh yes, we do. Oh yes, we do. Genuine pearls for you here, and we're going to have a lovely, lovely opportunity for you. Something for everybody, color-wise, size-wise, shape-wise, price point-wise. It's going to cover everybody needs. You can't say fairer than that. Pearls are so popular at the moment. Everybody's been after them on the Late Show. We've had peacock pearls, we've had peach pearls, we've had some lovely, lovely Baroque star and flower shaped pearls. We had lots, something for everyone, as I mentioned. But I have not seen this colour. This is an amazing array. So what one are we going to start with first? The mints. I'll show you them all, so you're getting an idea of the treats we've got. But I believe this one here is going to be your mint one. We're going to start with this one first. Can you see that one's more of a perfect round, that one? Let me just take these off. Oopsie. Now, this colour everybody is talking about. This is the ultimate one right now. Everyone's putting it with navy blue. Have you seen it? Gorgeous. I actually had a beautiful kit made for me. A pair of earrings and a necklace. And quite a few good, gorgeous pieces of jewellery by one of the ladies who watches the show. When I mentioned how much I loved the lime greens and the mint greens with the navy, and everybody was wearing it, and I wanted to be able to wear it, look really fashionable and stylish. And a lady very kindly took the time to make me, with some chips and nuggets, the most gorgeous lime green and navy necklace and earring set, and it's amazing and I love it. And I actually already got it packed to take home with me this week for the weekend. I love it, it's beautiful, and it made me feel that I can wear this colour with navy blue. It's gorgeous combination. Never ever thought of it before, but with like lapis lazuli,
yeah,
navies.
I was about to say with lapis.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've even got any coming up, but I've got actually some navy threads, some beading threads, so I can put next to it, because you might think, really? But this, for all the shops at the moment, the handbags that are coming out with these limes and soft mint greens. That's and right. Navies.
Yeah. Definitely.
It's a gorgeous combination. Are you a fan of it, Linda?
Definitely, definitely. And it's only since I've been working with gemstones that my colour palette, as it were, has sort of expanded, definitely. And finding out that there's so many colours now that go together that I wouldn't instinctively have put together.
Yep.
But I can imagine navy with that pepperminty, spearminty would be superb.
Just like a navy suit, a navy
gorgeous.
Blouse, or a navy dress.
Just that little bit of a highlight that you need. Yeah, beautiful.
And it's not too green, because a lot of people, I understand that green is, you need to venture into green, don't you? Sometimes it can be...
I think that colour needs a colour of its own. Yep. I don't think it should be into a let's say green, because I don't think that's quite right. It doesn't.
Yeah, it's
a turquoisey sort of.
It's like a Paraiba hue. If you think of Paraiba tourmaline, many people don't realise that Paraiba tourmaline ranges from greens or blues to green. It's not just a turquoisey aqua blue or a dreamy turquoisey blue. Paraiba tourmaline is renowned for one of the most electrifying colours, and it's because it ranges from blues to greens, and this is sort of the greeny blue mix of Paraiba for me, of your Paraiba tourmaline, which is, don't worry if you've never heard of it before, but it's one of the most sought after gemstones. It's amazing. Only 1 million times, so you've heard of it then. But that's good though, because a lot of people have heard of it but never seen it. But this is one of the colour, and I would probably go with calling this Paraiba as opposed to mint. Because for me, this, with the navy outfit, oh gosh no, we've only got 1 or 2 pieces in one of a kind Lyriques on our sister channel of Paraiba tourmaline. I think even they sold out as an instantly. We didn't have them in the building for more than an hour, I don't think. Literally arrived, everybody wanted to present them, they went. This strand, I'm in love with.
Gorgeous.
And goes simply with white, you don't need a lot. I love it. Amelia, thank you, you are a superstar.
It's beautiful. It's so delicate, isn't it?
It's a lovely soft colour, isn't it? It's a lovely pastel shade, but it's bright and it's vibrant, that you don't necessarily have to add anything to it. It is a gorgeous standout colour on its own, but it's not ostentatious, it's not over the top, but it will get you noticed. It's a
very bridal colour, I think.
Yes.
For a bridal party.
I was going to say, I would want to put a bridesmaid in that colour.
Yeah, oh yes.
Or a flower girl.
Yeah.
Oh, it should be the prettiest little flower girl. Or even just with it being a sash, like with a wee white dress, and just that as a little...
just on a hairband, just that colour alone is such an unusual colour that just popped onto a hairband would be beautiful, wouldn't it? For a little one.
Put it on a hairband.
And then you can make it into sort of the older girls would love it as well. But for little ones, it's just a pretty little colour for girls, for little ones as well.
So you're saying girls, and I'm also thinking mother of the bride.
Oh, the whole bridal party.
Yeah,
I mean, I can just see them as well on, to be honest, if you wire those pearls as you would do in a floristry wire, and you can have them as little buttonholes for the men as well. So you can have the whole, you know, you really could.
Could you have that? I want to put them on my hair because you said that now.
So pretty. See, the colour comes alive now it's against your hair.
Don't worry, I'm getting my roots done when I go home. No, it's in fact, to be fair, it was the sun that bleached my hair, and now my real colour is just growing. Now it looks a bit dodgy. Sorry. So what I was thinking of was when you mentioned that, you said the buttonholes. Do you mean when you have the like the flowers and then you wrap, put something in it?
All you need to do is to pop one of those on, like the tiara technique, okay? Pop one onto a doubled wire into the centre, double it over, twist it, and then perhaps do another 2 or 3 as well, and even something else, and then just twist them and cover them in the floristry tape. As you do when you're doing floristry or when you're making sugar flowers and things like that, and you can have it as a backdrop to a real flower. You can make them and have a little spray of those pearls, and then put the real flower there at the front. Wire that in as well. You know.
Oh, this sounds beautiful. Oh, because this has gone complete. This strand is amazing because it's gone from business wear with your navy blue suit to bridal party to school prom. That's the colour of the prom dress I wanted to have for my school prom.
It'll work for everything.
No, I didn't get it because that prom dress was from a particular boutique which we only looked into, something to do with D&R. And we had a look, and the dress was like £800, and it was like a summer floaty dress. There was no detail on it whatsoever, and it was that colour. And I remember talking it with my mum, and she was like, "It's lovely, but it's just like a day dress, though. It's not really a prom dress." But because of the price of it, it's like more than all the other prom dresses out there. But I was thinking, well, it's a really pretty colour, and it was a gorgeous colour, but it's not the price you get for your high school prom. So I ended up with a really soft lilac, a lovely lilac dress. Which is gorgeous, which I actually would go with this, but I remember that seeing this colour for the first time, and I thought I have to have that dress. Wonder if they still do it. Still wouldn't buy it, but it's that amazing colour. And I remember it was like a really floral, it's soft, and it's actually very reminiscent to a perfume that they do. Is it they that do it? And it's one of their Dulot ones. It's one of their flower ones.
I know what you mean.
And it's really, really popular because when I mentioned that I was working in a department store in London, and I ended up having to wear pearls, which was lovely, but I couldn't afford pearls in my head at the time. But I was launching a perfume, and all the bottles were this colour, and it's that make, and I'm trying to work out what it was called, something Dulot or whatever it was, but it was so floral. And this for me, springtime floral, prom dresses, bridal party, all year round. This is lovely with a little bit of gold wire. Could you wrap gold wire around it and make it Christmassy as well?
Yeah, you can make a gold wired frame as well and wrap onto with a lesser gauge wire. There's nothing you can't do, Ali, with it, nothing at all.
Oh, the size of them, 11 by 9mm. And you've got yourself a great strand here, roughly. Well, they're completely genuine pearls. They've been coloured, I believe, to give you that lovely soft. Mint doesn't even do it justice, I don't think, but that's what they're called. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Is that, and then one, is that 41? 41 pearls. Now, just for our necklace, actually, to have a look back on one of the designs that you would have seen last night, just one pearl, there was a chain all the way around, just one pearl holding the two chains together, and some tassels coming down, and design that on the late show last night that Mark made. Just one of these pearls and just a little bit of dangly chain, I think, would be amazing. Wouldn't that be gorgeous? So you just have a little bit of chain, one gorgeous pearl, and a little bit more chain, and you've got yourself the most design inspired, elegant, phenomenal treat. Oh, you must get this pearl strand. The color of the pearls that you have is, well, it's a little bit more ineffable, as we were mentioning earlier. It's almost indescribable. It's reminding me close enough to your Paraiba tourmaline hues, but it's a dream gem. I adore it. Oh, do you know what? This is a real bit naughty, but this would go. If you've got any Prasiolite, that would look lovely. So price points for the most coveted colour of pearls, you could go as far as to say right now. What could we look for that? Anything under £35 I'm happy with. £17.95. Now it's a pearl avalanche, so it means the other strands of pearls I'm going to have, we're going to take down in price. Lower the, or £17.95 or lower. What we have here is, for me, stunning. It's a dream. It's a must. I appreciate you might look at this and think, oh, I don't have anything in my wardrobe that I can wear with it. Find something. I mean, I've got some amethyst here, and a bracelet I think even Linda might even have made that I half-inched from the breakdown box.
Yeah, that's right. That colour goes, again, it's those freesia colours. Works beautifully with amethyst. What's prettier than that?
I mean, just one or two of those on that same strand.
Yeah, you can just use the amethyst as just one in between each pearl, keeping it simple, or perhaps graduating those spaces down and graduating to about 5 spaces back up to 1. Loads of things that you can do to make it pretty. Again, make a beaded bead out of those gorgeous big beads, those gorgeous big pearls, and then do have a waterfall drop of the amethysts. That would be nice.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
Yeah, that would be lovely.
Oh, lots of you treating yourself to this one. I understand that you might look at this colour and think, oh, it's lovely, but I don't know if I can pull it off. You can.
Yeah, you can.
You can pull it off, and I think it goes with every skin tone.
Yeah, well, and also it's the it's what pearls are all about. It's a pearl with a pearl essence.
Pearl with the personality.
You know the pearl essence that you get off pearls.
Yes.
Well, that pearl essence is almost made up with those what I call pale fairy colours, aren't they? Those pale pinks and those pale mints. So that's there anyway. So if you can wear any pearl, you can wear that colour pearl.
I totally agree. Stunning. So I'm going to move on to your sort of fuchsia purple pearls. Next, I need to get myself a strand of this. There are a couple. There are a couple left. If you're the same as me, then get it. I need to get myself some of this. Ah, right, I need them. I need them. These. Oh, more pearls. It's a pearl avalanche. Which you don't get. Oh, we're price slashing. Or are we now? Do we have to? So it's an avalanche, otherwise it would just be the same price. Oh, well, there you go then. Now, I know so many of you have probably already got amethysts in your collections, haven't you? How lovely would an amethyst go with that? Let's get it in. Do you think, would you put those two together? Do you know what I like with this? This is only because, or not only because, let me retract that. This is mainly because I just saw them sat next to each other on the strand, but I actually thought that was a bundle you'd put together there, Helena. Producer Helena's had set these, I think, just at the side for me, ready to show you. And I remember thinking that was a bundle, that was we were going to offer those together as part of a collection. Garnets.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Gorgeous garnets, and then fuchsia. But I probably wouldn't have thought of my own in my own head that they would work together. But I love them together.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Is that a good combo?
Oh, it's amazing combo. Yeah, just having those drops coming off of those purple pearls, because it's almost a wine purple coloured garnet, isn't it? It's that deep. It's got purples going in that deep.
Yeah, well, I believe I'm not aware, but I believe it might have been your Rajasthan garnet. So if it is your Rajasthan garnet, that's your blend of your pyrope and your almandine, and the more the purples that you get for that, actually the higher value of your garnet. So you can see a little bit of that coming through, but also next to the sort of, these are known as purple pearls. I think they're a bit of a fuchsia purple.
Yeah.
I mean, on their own, they're stunning, don't get me wrong, but when you can see it with something, maybe you've got some drops at home, I think that makes it one of the most glamorous strands out there, or glamorous ideas of necklaces or pieces that you could get. We've got some soft rose quartz, which I just, you know me, I adore it. I think that would be lovely.
Gorgeous. Oh, well, you and your rose quartz, I mean, absolutely. Well,
A little
rose
bit
quartz,
obsessed, aren't I?
but it's going to work, isn't it?
Rose quartz goes with everything.
Yeah, a drop of the rose
Everything.
quartz, a drop of the pearls, and then a drop of the garnets. That's your 3-stranded necklace, which would be a stunner.
Oh. Don't say that. They just said, Ali, you should make bundles. No, because if I start making bundles, I know I will just be in an office making bundles all day, every day. And I love making bundles, I love putting them together. But if I didn't get to show them to you and see you every day, that would make me so sad. So as much as I love trying to put them together on air, I do not envy those who make bundles, because I don't know how they do it. I'd love to put these bundles together, but to be able to get the price points that they could work out, I probably have time to be like, no, it's too low. No, I'm not doing it. No, you can't have it. So yeah, no, I like putting the colours together, but I couldn't get those price points for you. As much as I want you to get them low, I couldn't bring myself to do it. I'd be like, it's pearls though, it's pearls. It's garnet, it's real life garnet. I couldn't do it. The prices probably would be going up actually if I started making bundles. So yeah, you probably don't want me to do that. Putting it up. So, vibrant, bright, and again, these would go gorgeous with your blacks. Black spinel. I mean, that would be a lady of the evening. Glamour glam.
Fab. Fab, fab.
A bit of evening glam here at Jewellery Maker. Mm-hmm. These would go quite nice, wouldn't they? I'm picking treats up from the design inspiration that's coming up. Is that bit note? I've just been finding feathers as you do. I came to work. Oh, that one's got almost like a pearlescent.
It's hard, I noticed when you picked it up, yeah.
Oh.
That's lovely. That looks like a feather made out of labradorite.
It does. This makes me think of Moulin Rouge.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love it. So there's an idea of what you could do to it, with it. Price point wise, we should be looking at $23.45. But as it's a price avalanche and we have to take it down and we have to take it lower than where we were, it's going to wear $15.95. Oh, that's a little bit low, do you not think? We've got some really nice silver wire and pink wire we did earlier. $15.95. Who took it down on the late show? Oh, it was Ed, that's alright. I thought it was going to be me. I was like, what have I done? No, what have I done? I thought there's no way I could take this down and not remember doing it, but it wasn't me, it was Ed, it's alright. £15.95 you're getting this strand for, when it should be over £23. There's some ideas, some wire you could use with it. We had these wires earlier on in the show, so you can always look back on Jewellery Maker on the website, or alternatively the call centre. Vibrant, intense. Any particular gem colours you would put with these?
I do like the blacks with them, and the paler pinks. Purple and green go together superbly well. It all depends what you want from it. Yeah, you see,
those two.
Those two go to, as would an emerald green as well. The peridot, yeah. So the peridot, beautiful. Oh, that peridot is amazing.
It's unreal.
But look how nice that. Oh yes, there you go. That's it. That's a bundle. I want that one. I want to buy that. I want to buy those 3 strands now.
Makes me think of Wicked that I'm going to see tonight.
Yeah.
The lead character wears
colours,
green, doesn't she?
yeah.
Or she's
amazing colours.
Wait years to this. I'm really excited. I was also thinking some wire that you might like to go with it. Maybe the purple or maybe the fuchsia. Would these work?
But they can't not work, can they, those colours? Because, I mean, purple's made up, basically, of pink hues and blacks, aren't they? So, isn't it? So, yeah, fabulous. If you're a wire work. I'd like to see a tree of life in those. That would be nice. Yeah.
That would be gorgeous.
Yeah.
Peach pearls, you want to see some of those? Let's get it on. Oh, no. Just the other day, I need these. Because just the other day I bought 3 strands of cream pearls. Regular viewers you'll know because it was during my shift. Whoops, which I'm not allowed to do. But hey. Oh no, I'm in during the day. I was going to say, who's going to tell the boss? But then I just realised maybe, hi Paula. I totally didn't. Alita did it. It was nothing to do with me. Lady in the call centre was just happening to be in my bag in the gallery, getting my card and putting them into an order for me. But the reason I'm pointing that out, because these would go perfectly with it, because they are top drilled, and we very rarely have these. And if I had my big strand of round pearls and then these top drilled ones intermittent in between them, could I do that? Would that look nice, Linda?
Yeah, absolutely. I love those pearls. I love the fact that they are top drilled, so that's how if you do them fairly tightly together on your permanent strand, they will sit like that. They'll stay like that, and I really love that effect. They also make nice flower petals because they're top drilled, so you can pull them into a nice point at the centre. Again, fantastic on a waterfall tassel or waterfall earrings if you attach them to a chain. Nothing that you can't do with them, or you can just completely restrand them and they'll look perfect.
Have we got many of these, please, Helena? Right, 70. They're going to go. You've got to trust me. I brought you a white version of this last night, very, very similar. What you have here, they are top drilled, but what you can see when you look at the strand is it's almost like you have two strands, because it's doubled over. Because normally you would just had one strand where they would all point downward, but because there's so many on the strand, they're all pointing out and down. So you got, how much do you trust me? Are you a regular viewer? Pauline's already in, Christine's in, Michelle's in, multi-bids coming through. Do you trust me? You gotta trust me. I was watching Aladdin last night, that's probably why. Do you trust me, princess? Yes. And then she gets on the wee flying carpet and then they fly around a whole new world. And then it was awesome. So, do you trust me? But yeah, you gotta trust me, because otherwise you're gonna miss out. I was watching Aladdin last night. When I got home after work, I was sitting in my living room with my pet bunny rabbit Joey, just like chilling, watching a whole new world. But there's a reason I'm telling you this. You gotta trust me, because if you don't, you're gonna miss out, because this price is unreal and it shouldn't be. Now, these are genuine culture pearls. Are they natural? I think they may be. They're completely natural. So they're natural, completely natural. Wait until you see what we're about to do. You might be looking at them thinking, but they're that colour, how can they be natural? It's the lips of the oyster that give the pearl the colour. So like a Tahitian pearl, that's given its colour by the black-lipped oyster. A golden South Sea pearl is given its lip by the golden lips of the oyster. So it's the pearl's lips that gives it the colour, or determines a lot of the time the colour of the peach or the pink or the soft pastel shades that you're getting. Sylvia's in, Rosemary's in, Lynette's in, Anne-Marie, Pauline. You need to trust me right now. If you got earlier the most amazing boutique collection with the Linda, the Girls and Pearls, this would work, wouldn't it, Linda?
Absolutely work. They don't actually, I think, peach. Okay, I can see peach, but I can see more of the cream.
It's more like a champagne.
Yeah,
peach, really soft.
That's right. That pink champagne.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The name doesn't do it justice, but you just got to trust me. That's why you've got a 30-day money-back guarantee to get it home and enjoy it. Make sure it's perfect. Perfect. But you won't believe what I'm about to do price point-wise unless you watched me last night and you saw my treats that I was offering, because I was very rebellish last night. I'm going to give you a price point that I don't think you should be getting for this strand. Half of this strand I would be happy with the price point, but not this full strand. I'm going to count how many you've got, because then I'm going to divide it by the price to work out how many pennies we're looking at for a pearl. Yeah, pennies we're going to be, not pounds, pennies. I've already got a very regular bidder. Pat is in from Menorca, Zoot in Holland, a very regular viewer. Thank you very much for joining us. You've already got yours. I had 70, was it? I've got how many left? Half the stock has gone, so you've got to be quick, and that's without seeing a price point. Thank you for trusting me, but more importantly, well done to you, because you're going to love this. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh, you're in for trouble here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's 20. I'm not even a quarter of the strand. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's 32, 4, 6, 8, 10. 40. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 50. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 60. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 70. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 80. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 90 pearls.
Whoa.
90 pearls, giving you what? At least 45, 40 or 40 pairs of earrings.
Yep.
Going to be 11 pennies a pearl. Pennies. Pennies per pearl. Are you ready? $9.95. It hurts. It does hurt, but as long as you treat yourself, it's all good. Call me on the phone lines if you're thinking, oh, actually, now that's amazing. 0800 644 655. I'm not going to bring you 70 strands of pearls and not have them fully allocated if it's going to $9.95. Come now. That's not how I work. I don't know what you do normally, but this is what I do on the late show. So I'll bring a little bit of the naughties of the late show to the day show. A little bit too naughty, isn't it? Linda, you look positively bemused.
I am, only because I can't even see them as being rice pearls because they're quite plump.
They are very plump.
That's what I like about them. They just look so smooth and plumptious.
Plumptious?
Yeah, plumptious.
That's a new word.
Gorgeous.
I do like that.
Yeah, as you're seeing them on screen now, that's exactly how they are.
Now I've got about 5 of you on the phone lines, about 10 of you on the web, and there are 20 left, so you best be quick. And that's not to mention those of you who might want to multi-bid. Now, you know I'm going to do it. It's got to be done. With the rose quartz. I think I like it a little bit, rose quartz.
Just a bit.
I mean, I could be wrong. But you could be a totally different way, and I don't know how you would feel about this, but red tiger's eye.
I like it.
Do you like it?
Yes, I do. I do like that. When you said that, I was thinking, oh, and then I looked over, and that tiger's eye is sparkling.
Faceted tiger's eye. Very rarely do we get that.
Wow.
Yeah, probably wouldn't do it if it was just chatoyant, if it didn't have the luster.
Literally twinkling, yeah.
But with that twinkle, then a little bit of black spin there. Oh, I'm loving this. Oh, I love these feathers. I can't wait for these. I've only got 10 left, so with 12 in baskets, I'm going to leave it with you. Just to remind you, you've got this gorgeous copper colour wire coming up, twisted wire. Hopefully we'll get time to fit it in. But we're going to move on to the next design inspiration. I hope you got your pearls because they are fan-dabby-dozy, as the crankies would say. Right. I don't even know where to begin with this. I am pretty sure Linda, without realising it, but subconsciously, put this together because she knows I'm a St Mirren fan and she knows our colours are black, white and red, and that is why she has put this beautiful array together so that every time I go to a St Mirren football function I can wear black, white and red. This for me is amazing. Earlier we showed you some strands that would go with it. I just want to remind you that we do have possibly tiger's eye coming up, which may even work with it as well, incorporating some of the, it's red tiger's eye, incorporating some of the reds and the blacks and some luster. Just to show you, these are amazing. Now the other day we had some pomegranate strands in a variety of sizes, all the same shape, but variety of sizes. I've never seen anything fly out faster.
No, I know.
Aside from PowerShell, aside from that, when we had that sort of abalone shell, I've not seen anything being allocated as quickly. That and flush cutters. But when you see these together and you see all the sizes that you're going to get, I'm just going to go through if I get the sizes for you. So you can see, because we were talking about this earlier. Oh, there we go. We were talking about being able to get the same shape and the same, or not necessarily the same colour, but the same shape, so you can make graduated necklaces with a variety of sizes. You have the pomegranate quartz in an 8mm, also got 12mm, 14mm, and a 6mm. So 6, 8. Oh, there's a cheeky one in there as well. Where is this cheeky one from? I've got 6mm, 8mm, 12mm. That one must be 12. That's 14. Who's this cheeky chappy in the middle then?
6, 8, 4, 12 and 14.
There's 4mm for the dark grey. But have we got 2? Is that a 4mm pomegranate as well? I just can't see it.
Yeah. Yeah, that is.
Is that what it is? Yeah. That's why I'm getting confused, because I'm like, that's definitely your 4mm and your grey for your quartz there. Yeah. But we've also got 4mm pomegranate. I just can't see it on there. I don't think it says, unless I can't read. Either way, so 2 4s, 6, 8, 12, and 14mm. All of these plus, look at these fancy lustrous tubes. Hello there. Black spinel. We have as well black faceted agate. This one is with your tubes of 16 by 8mm, 210 carats, and then let me introduce you to spinel, natural amazing, luster-tastic, Dream On diamonds is what I want to say. These fasted rondelles from 4x3mm to 6x4mm, 21cm strands, 75 carats of completely natural fasted sharp hand facets for your black spinel. Amazing. As well as wax cord in both your black and your red. You're getting two different gauges, or sorry, two same gauges, two different colours, 1mm gauge, 10 meters of each. That's 20 meters in total. Black and red. I'm in my element right now. And then, as if that wasn't enough, as if we hadn't spoiled you already with your phenomenal bundle, we are bringing you feathers. Not one or two, but a collection of feathers. Linda, I've never brought feathers on the show before. Have you ever brought feathers on the show before?
No, Sheila launched them last Friday on the Feather and Lace show, and they sort of went zoomp. So I just about managed to get
a couple.
Yeah.
I think I was supposed to be launching the Feather and Lace show with the lovely Sheila, but unfortunately the lace hadn't arrived.
That's right.
So we had the jewellery, but we didn't have the lace or the feathers. So now I have pretty much your second, or if it's your first time watching, your first ever chance to get our fabulous new feathers. I can't even contain my excitement right now. So, as you mentioned, some of them, I mean, this one here is like labradorite. Look at that. Can you see? Iridescence. Oh my gosh. Love them all. These are beautiful. So, yes, no, I've never seen a rooster with a feather like this before either.
No, they're beautiful, aren't they? They've got a look at that lab sheen on it there. It's almost like a peacock sheen.
10 to 15 centimetres. Beautiful. Now, the reason this is your second design inspiration is because we had a few more than we had in the first design inspiration. We've only got 20 more. That's all we have. This is going to fly. So, going to fly. Say that normally, but it's not as funny because I don't normally have feathers in my hand. What we're going to do for you here, price point wise, is unreal. I don't even want to bring myself to say it, but for the spinel strand alone, I mean, we've been bringing you spinel strands. If you have a look on the web, there's spinel strands for £50 on Jewellery Maker. Easily, the black spinel that you're seeing there. I can't go over the black spinel. The black spinel for me is the winning strand of the day. Well, that and the turquoise we had, because that was unreal. Oh, and I want those pearls still. Those mint pearls, I need to get them. Sorry, back to the point in hand. Is I go off, I get very excited. Please excuse me. Everything, I'm like, oh, can I touch? All the shiny things. I know. Imagine I was a magpie. Right. So, is that a fascinator?
Sorry?
Is that a fascinator?
Well, it's a fascinator come hair comb.
Can I wear it to Wicked tonight?
Yeah, that'd be good.
I'm wearing a black top.
Yeah.
Can I put it on this side? Oh, I love it. I won't be making rooster sounds. No, that's not good. Oh, and it stays. All I did was slip it in.
Yeah.
I was waiting for that to fall out there. Oh, why, yes, I'm in the cast, yes.
Actually, they do need to be worn, don't they? Yeah. They look so much, well, that's what they're for, but they just look, rather than just sitting on a stagnant sort of bust. Yeah.
You can absolutely have a look at my head all you want. Do you know the amount of DVDs that I've done, I'm in. I don't only know them in because I recognise my head. I'm like, oh, that's my head. That's a Tiana DVD. Oh, that's my head. I'm in that one. Oh. Keeping it in. Right, so am I going to take these over to Linda? Or are we going to have what are we going to do first? Price first. So, right, price point wise, what would you expect? Well, for the feathers, how do you even put a price on that? Sorry? Are you going to go lower? This on its own, this black spinel strand, if you have a look at spinel prices on our website, on JewelleryMaker.com, what sort of price would you expect for spinel? Because bear in mind, 50 points in a spinel is very rare. You have got yourself a carat weight of 75 carats of black spinel, natural black spinel. Linda, what would you price point wise think a black spinel on Jewellery Maker though, because we are bidding on to the
Jewellery Maker, that strand, and I honestly don't know how much it is. I would probably put, it's got to be around £30 that strand, and that is a very, very competitive Jewellery Maker price.
Absolutely. Many of you will know this is the closest you're going to get to a natural black diamond. Black diamonds have the exact same cubic crystal structure. It's natural, it's got a great hardness to it. The most hardness scale, you may know, you may not, it goes from 0 to 10. 10 being your diamonds, being the hardest mineral out there on earth. What you have here, with that strength, this is coming in at an 8, surpassed only by the corundum family and the diamonds. Therefore, you can put a really sharp facet on it, which is why a lot of people say it has an adamantine luster. So adamantine luster is your Dutch word for diamond-like. So it's a diamond-like, or adamantine is your diamond in Dutch, if my memory serves me correctly. So adamantine-like is your diamond-like luster. It's completely natural. You're closest to a black diamond, nowhere near the price of a black diamond, although it's much rarer than a black diamond. Sounds a bit odd, doesn't it? It's crazy. It's all to do with commercializing diamonds, and if you think about it, the gemstones are far rarer than a diamond. Many people don't even know about. So I understand, don't get me wrong, I love diamonds, absolutely love diamonds, and I love the price points we can get diamonds for, but I'm not going to be able to offer you a black diamond strand like that. But this is rarer than a black diamond. But it's just the way prices of black diamonds are. So, if you can get it, I mean, just with that on its own, with my hairpiece, my fascinator, make me fascinating, Linda.
Yeah. You are.
People want to talk to me. Say, oh, I love your pretty hairpiece. Who made that? I mean, it was my friend Linda. I didn't buy it. It was made especially for me. It's bespoke. It's one of a kind. So that strand on its own, say £30
at least.
Well, do you know all of this should only be 42? Oh, 49. Sorry, forgive me. 49. So that means these 5 strands, but that's less than the price of the spinel on its own. The whole, all of it is less than the price. Oh gosh. All right, you need to be quiet. I know we had more of these, but only 20 more. £31.95. I would expect the strand to be about 30 odd pounds. Mm-hmm. All of this is less than the price we thought this would be at a Jewellery Maker price. And to be fair, price point or no price point wise, people want the feathers. Everyone, what do they do? Everybody wants to get the feathers. I know how many people missed out. The amount of comments I saw and messages when people said, "Oh, Ali, I missed out on the feathers." It wasn't even me presenting them, and people were contacting me. I didn't even get to see the show.
Everybody's wearing feathers at the moment in headwear. There was a photograph in the paper the other day, I think, Kate Middleton surrounded by, I think, it was Tom Cruise, etc., etc., and all the ladies had feathers in their hair.
I don't think there's an occasion of an evening where if you came out in feathers you wouldn't feel fabulous.
True. I
think if you go out wearing feathers you're going to feel amazing, no matter what it be. Could you imagine? If I was a parent, I would turn up to my if I had a child and I was a parent, and I would turn up to my what is it? Parents' night. Yeah. I wear feathers.
Feathers.
Yeah. I would turn up parents' night with my feathers on.
You know what? The teacher wouldn't be able to say a bad thing about your child.
Look at my feathers.
This lady's wearing feathers.
I got my feathers.
Nice.
Could you imagine? Why not?
Yeah. What a showstopper.
I'm going to go down my local supermarket in the freezer area. I'm going to have my feathers on. Yeah. Apparently someone tried to pick me up last night in the Tesco. Oh, other shops are available like Morrison's and Asda. But yeah, I walked past someone and this gentleman went, I know you, I've met you somewhere. And I thought, I've never met you in my life. And I told I think it was my brother I told. My brother went, I think that's a pickup line. I know you, we've met before. I was like, no, we really haven't. I don't have a bad memory, I've got a good memory, I don't remember meeting you. But yeah, but I wasn't wearing my feathers. Could you imagine how many people would have said, feathers, I know you from somewhere if I had my feathers on?
Yeah.
Let's get down the shops, ladies. $29.90. Oh, you're taking it down again. Oh, okay. There you go. How low can you go? How many feathers do we actually get? Or is it just a selection?
I think it's a selection. I don't know, I didn't actually count them. So I don't know, I would imagine I don't know
It's a
whether you get the
10-piece pack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's find that one on the table. I don't know where the other one is.
The other one's probably flown away.
Amelia's probably got it in her hair,
Yeah.
getting ready to go to the shops. Cycling! Amelia cycling home with her feathers. Could you imagine? Oh, amazing! $29.95. What can you get these days for feather? For a feather piece, what would you be paying elsewhere? Oh, Lord, you'd be paying a fortune.
You would?
By having some feathers in there.
You certainly would. Could you bring me the spinel over, please,
Yes.
Ali? Sorry, I don't think I'm going to be using it.
I love how
just
you
in
walked
case.
till I've walked all the way
Yeah, I'm
over
sorry,
and
I
then
just
after.
realised. I just thought, where's my spinel? But I think my spinel went to you.
You gave
I
it-
think you've got 2 now.
Oh no, do you know where the other spinel is? I think it was on one of the previous
It's fine.
opportunities. I think Amelia
It's fine.
had
It's
it.
fine. It's fine.
No, I put it on there, and Amelia, I think, thought it went with something else I had. I wasn't blaming Amelia. Don't play the blame game. Got feathers.
Woo.
Right. So.
Oh, hang on. 2 ticks.
You got it.
That's it. Got it.
All your beads nearly flew off
There's only
there.
4 on there.
Oh. Here's me thinking it was like a massive grand
I know,
necklace
yeah,
that you
yeah.
could loot. There's 3 beads. So I'll give you some spinel.
Thank you. Yeah, I just wanted
Yes,
to...
you did give me your
I
spinel
just wanted
earlier.
to stay and so I can look at it.
So can I haven't even looked. Ooh, is that?
That's macrame because, I mean, I don't work with wire that often. I don't do macrame that often, but I just had those beads left over. I still hadn't used the cord, so I just did a macrame bracelet. But obviously you out there that can do all the micro macrame, etc., can have a ball with these because you've got 5 strands of graduated red gemstone, and you can either start at the very beginning by graduating them in a 5-strand necklace, which will look stunning.
Yeah.
Or you can, well, use them exactly as you want to use them. But that big necklace on the end, because this was sort of a red carpet, well, that's what we were told, it was like a red carpet theme to start with.
Whoa.
I just thought I'd get something fairly movement. This is obviously going to go on a little black dress and let the jewellery do the work, really.
I love it. I just had Director Cleary going, Ali, do you want to try it on? Yeah, and they're like, I know you so well.
Can I help?
I do have my outfit for Wicked Sorted. I'm actually
Let's
wearing
see
a
how-
black blouse. Sorry, am I taking off?
No,
the
I've
lid?
just done that up ultra tight. There.
This is literally so I can
just
put it
slip
on.
it off.
I've got a black blouse, plain black blouse. Could you imagine?
Can you fluff?
I can't. Sorry, I was trying to hold my microphone.
Sorry.
Don't
this
hate
might
me if I
rattle
knock
on
my
the
microphone.
I do apologise.
Is my hair out the way?
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, you're fine. Yeah. See, that's a big statement necklace, but see, it sits better on you as well than even on the bust. It's a big statement, but on a little black dress or a cream dress,
I've
like,
got
you
my
know,
little
cream
black,
top.
literally my little black top is hanging up in the gallery.
Right. And the reason why I've been able to do that is simply because I've got all those different graduations of the same gemstone. And I do like to see a one colour, as it were, except for these little gorgeous little quartz additions on the end there to feather it out
They're
a bit.
mystic though, they're lovely.
They're
Let me
mystic,
just get them
right.
for you. Really
So-
pretty, sort of mysticky.
Yes, so they've got a nice pretty sheen on them, haven't they, with all different colours bouncing off of them.
They're gorgeous and they'll work really nice if you've got any labradorite as well at home.
Yeah, but you can certainly play up or play down this bundle of gemstones, and you know, you've just got this fantastic, amazing spinel which you need to get home to see the sparkle on it, and you could use that totally just on its own, couldn't you, as a little necklace? I mean, that on its own, I mean, just perfect. Sorry if it's messing up, but just that.
Oh, that's stunning.
It's just pretty, isn't it? You know, just so pretty. Gorgeous.
It is amazing.
And then you've got the chunky tubes in there
Oh,
as
yes,
well.
what
which
you've made
chunk
here,
it
I'm just gonna
out
put
of
my
it. Again,
hand
a
in
simple
there.
necklace, asymmetric necklace, but those tubes again have got lots of sparkle on them, and they just work because it's the way the gemstone's been cut.
And you've got that asymmetric look on
Yeah.
there with some of
Yeah,
the
it is
larger
quite,
rounds
Moulin
on one
Rouge, quite
side.
revolutionary colours, as it were.
Oh, I can just add it on and it's going to keep on going. Oh, love. I've got so much love for this. And I'm going to be honest, I didn't think I could pull off something like this, but it's making me feel I can.
You can, you definitely can, and I think that's the difference between removing it from that static bust and putting it on a living, breathing young person.
I'm a real girl.
You're a real girl.
Talking to some of the ladies after the workshop yesterday, and she went, "Oh, I think I've watched you before, but never met, and you're real." I was like, "Yeah, I'm a real girl."
But that's what gemstones do. They come alive when they're on a living, breathing being.
And not to forget, I'm just going to take it off as much as I don't want to. I'm going to take off the hairpiece so everyone can see it properly, because it's gorgeous. And you didn't get to see it without it being stuck in my head. So I love, love, love this.
Now, just in case we probably won't get to that comb, so I'll just give you a really quick tip before we start on that necklace.
Please
is
do.
With the feathers, all you need to do, you've got the long quill on the feather. Let me get a feather here.
Here's loads, Linda.
You've got, oh, thank you. You've got a nice long quill on the feather, and all you need to do is take a 0.4 wire and just do a little twist around the base of the feather, and then twist it all the way down the quill. Okay, and that gives it some strength, and it also gives it more ability for you to maneuver it into position, so that you can have it into an explosive flower. If you imagine, if I got them all, I could put them all together, and then because they're wired, like I think you did earlier, I can then form a flower with those and pop their big beaded bead of the red in the middle or something like that, which is a little bit like I did in the centre there.
It's like a little berry.
Yeah, just a little beady bead in the 4 mils.
It's like a winter berry.
But that's what you do. You just wire the quill of the feather, and then you can do what you like with it. Absolutely, you can put it into necklaces and do what you like with it. So, excuse me.
It's amazing. My friend's not going to know what's hit them when they turn up to Wicked tonight. I'll be like, yeah, tonight. We're like, ta-da! Hiya! So we're like, you going to have jewellery on, Ali? Like, nope. Got my feathers. You can get away with that at the theatre, can you?
Of course you can. Of course you can.
Well, if I'm going to wear it down my local shop, I can get away with it.
You can certainly get the theatre in it.
Oh, I'm going to walk down and feed the ducks with this in my head. With the feathers. Oh, yeah, just
absolutely. Why not?
What do you mean they've run away from? Oh yeah, because they've got feathers. They'll be like, you're not having mine. Could you imagine? Oh, so at $29.95, I'd pay more than $29.95 for that. You would expect to charge more than $29.95
for that. There's black
that.
spinel in there, so of course you would. Yes, definitely.
Oh, I'm so pleased for you. Now, we did have 100 of these. I've got nowhere near 100 left. At $29.95, I'm hoping we're going to get to see a demonstration.
Right, we will. On the this big necklace.
Oh yeah.
That you're wearing
my new piece, Dibs.
Very simple in the way that it's made. Very simple techniques.
Doesn't look simple.
Well, it is, but you need, because you've got such drama going on with it, then you need a base to put those all the graduating beads in, whichever way you want to put them. There's nothing. I've just picked them up out of my beading tray and just added them randomly like that. I haven't made any form to it whatsoever. And I think that works. So all you need to do is make underneath here, you just need to make this base that's under there, and that is just a ladder weave. But within the ladder weave, I've added jump rings. Okay, so to do a laddering, you just we're using the 4mm gemstones, the coated, mystic coated, and the little 4mm quartzite. So we're threaded on 4. Now it's entirely up to you what order you do them. If I'd have started them in a different colour way, started with the red on the other side first, then I'd have ended up with, you'll see when you put them together, you'll see that you get, let me show you, it's probably easier rather than gabbling on, so you think, what on earth is she talking about? But you pass the opposite side, it doesn't matter at the beginning which side you pass through, but you pass the opposite side through the last gemstone that you've threaded. This is an ordinary everyday ladder weave, and pull together. Okay, now if I'd have actually, I went through, you probably noticed there that I went through both sides of a red quartzite. Now had I done it the other way and gone through the coated quartz, then I would have had the coated quartz running through the centre and the red on the outside. This way I've got the red in the centre. It doesn't matter, but that's the way it goes, okay? So when you're using a duo colour of gemstones. And then obviously now what we're doing is a ladder weave. So we put 4 on to begin with. So now we're working in numbers of 4, but we're using the last bead. The last bead that we threaded through is counted as the first bead on the next row, as it were. So we need to thread 2 on one side and 1 on the other. So I am now using the red as my centre bead. So what I need to do now is put 2 on my one side. So I'm going to put on one of the coated quartz first, and that will give me my outside, and then I'm going to thread on the red quartzite on the one side, on that same side. So we've got the coated and the red on the one side, and then on the other side I'm putting on the red. When you do an ordinary ladder weave with just the one gemstone, you really don't have to worry about it, you just continue it. But when you're using 2 different colours, then you just have to keep an eye on which one to thread on next. And then the side that I've got the 2 on, I take the other side and thread through. I'm not doing left and rights because it's confusing on air for you and for me. So I'm just threading through the second of the 2, and actually I've gone totally wrong because I haven't threaded on a quartzite there. So don't worry about that, just imagine that that is the grey one. For some reason I've managed to thread on 2 red and 1, and I shouldn't have done. But again, because of the drama of the necklace, you know what? It doesn't matter because it's got all the gems.
Really see the ladder.
To be honest, that's the first thing. That's the first time I've actually noticed it. I was so concentrating on. No, that goes there. That goes there. But it really doesn't matter. So we're going to make it. We're going to make it not matter. Really. Of course, it doesn't matter.
Unless you were it the other way around, but you wouldn't, because then the big bubbly bits would be.
Of course, it just doesn't matter at all. Now. The next thing I'm going to do is I've done 2 rows. I've done my first row of 4 and then my second row of 3. And then on that next row I need to start having a medium that I can thread all these drops from. So I thread on one of the 4 mils. I'm not going to talk about colours now. So I thread on one of the 4 mils and then a jump ring, okay? And then another of the 4 mils on that side. So on the one side you've got a 4 mil gemstone, a jump ring and a 4 mil gemstone. Then on the other side we just need to pop a 4 mil on, and just working as a normal ladder weave, but remembering to thread on your jump ring.
So you're just adding them in?
Yeah, you're adding on a gemstone, a jump ring, a gemstone. So they're going back through that second red quartzite and then pulling together, and then what you see then is you can see now it's developing as we move along. You see you've got that jump ring there, which is going to be your link to put all your drops on. So continue that. I think I've got 27 jump rings in it when I'd finished, and that just gave me just enough, just the collarbone level, and then just threaded up the back of the neck. So 27 I've had, but obviously everybody's different, as many or as few as you want.
Just so you know, we have got some jump rings coming up which we've managed to fit into the show for you, and some wire. We've also got this threading pack. I say threading pack, I know we used the wax cord in this bundle. This has got some satin cord for you here, and some beading thread as well, so we're going to be doing this for you as well.
Excellent.
Oh yeah, we're looking after you today, we are.
Excellent. Yeah, you do.
Oh, that was quick.
Yes.
Hold on, I look round and then all of this is created. I thought we'd only had 1 jump ring on last time I looked. Hold on a minute, Linda, there's something fishy going on.
Right, so I said I'd put on 27, which I think I did, but just make it an odd number, because then if you want a specific centre, you have got a specific centre. I think you'd have 13 on the one side, 13 on the other, and then you've got your 27th in the middle. Just in case you're a bit of a perfectionist and you do like, and I must admit, I am asymmetric, but I do like to think I've got a centre drop, so an odd number, okay? An odd number. And just count it with the jump rings, don't worry about the amount of beads.
That's funny, isn't it? You need an odd to get it central.
And then you will have, when you come to the end of your threading, you will obviously have 2 beading threads. So bring the 2 beading threads together and take both beading threads along through your neckline piece. Okay. However, the beading thread will pass through the 4 mils quite happily, so don't worry about that. Then I had an email, or it was a customer had a query about, she was doing ladder weave, and she quite rightly found she'd got the beading thread at the one end of the ladder weave, which would happily go into your bracelet fixing or your neckline fixing, but she thought, what do I do about the other end where we saw? Yeah, so unless you actually sort of are aware of it, it might sort of think, oh, now what do I do? All you do is you take another piece of beading thread and you pop it through that very first bead, and you've got exactly the same on that end then as you had when you finished the weave.
Oh, yeah.
So you just bring that then up through, bring it together and start threading on. Let me put one on so I can show you exactly. I'll just put one.
Do you know what? See that on its own? It's a lovely necklace.
Yes, I thought that
before
when I
you've
was
even
doing
added
it.
on all your drops. That just
If you did
lovely.
want to do a necklace like this on its own, with just this ladder weave in the 4 mils, yeah, I do agree. It's nice. It's beautiful, in fact. But use monofilament,
right?
Because the stainless steel beading thread, it's just a little bit strong.
Yes.
Okay. But I needed the strength because of the weight I was putting on it. But it's a little bit strong. So if you use monofilament to work that ladder weave along with the jump rings, it'll be softer and it won't kink. Okay. So as I've just shown you, you just pop it through that very first bead and then start beading up the neckline to match that, exactly the same. And then the fun begins really. Again, not rocket science, but taking randomly, I've got all of the gemstones. I took them all off the temporary strands, all 5 sizes, including the coated quartz, and just put them into my beading tray and literally picked them up as I went along. There wasn't a lot of balancing it in my mind, as it were. When I got to the centre, I started to think, okay, I'm coming towards the centre now, so I will perhaps just double that centre. You see how in the centre there, I don't know whether you can just pick that up, but in the centre I sort of repeated a dangle. You see, I've repeated those two and I've repeated a dangle. So I can just start going back up randomly the other, but I have got a definite centre.
Just because we're talking about beading thread, I think we're going to quickly squeeze this one in now. Just because you might think, oh, actually, I need some beading thread, because there isn't beading thread with this opportunity. So you've got 2 different colours. You've got the bronze beading thread, and you've also got your silver. They're both 0.38mm gauge, which we worked out has been a really good gauge because you've been asking for it.
Yes,
we used
exactly.
To have 0.45
yeah, we used to have 0.45, Ali, that's quite right, when we first started. But I think Sheila and I both decided that the 0.38 gave you more ability to thread it through more gemstone holes.
Yeah, and especially pearls and
your
sort of small,
so it will go through the majority.
Sapphires and emeralds.
Definitely.
And then we've incorporated this with 3 strands of satin cord.
Brilliant.
So you've got your different colours, which is known as your black, your light, and your grey. Oh, there you go. That was easy enough. I thought it was going to be some highfalutin name. It's called the Roaring 20s Satin Cord Pack. Do you know what? Looking at it, it makes me think of I'm trying to think. There's a movie I can picture in my head where all the ladies are at a dance, and all the
It's not the Great Gatsby, is it? Oh, Top Gun.
Is it Top Gun?
I don't know. I watch films, but I can never remember them.
I've got the Great Gatsby movie. I was going to watch it tonight, actually. Then I got tickets to Wicked. Yeah, so I'm going to watch it over the week. I'm going to read the book first, actually, and then watch it.
I read the book on holiday last year.
Was it good?
I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
So I've got the DVD, so I'm going to read the book first. I think. But these make me think of a sort of a dance. I can't remember what movie it was, but it was a Christmas dance, and all the sort of soldiers were there and all the ladies were there, and that's the sort of colour it is. Just your,
it's beautiful. It's an absolutely
20s.
Beautiful colourway. Very elegant. Very, very, very sort of with the red gemstones in particular. Fantastic. What, you can't go wrong with black and gold with red, can you?
It's called gold, but it's almost like it's got a hint of a sagey green to it.
Yeah, I think it's an antique gold.
An antique gold, isn't it? It's not just gold. There's like a personality to that gold.
Absolutely.
So your Roaring 20 satin cord pack, 3 of them, and they're 1mm in gauge, 10 meters each, and then you've got 50 meters of each of your beading threads. So that's 100 meters of beading thread, stainless steel. And then you've got the gold and your silver. Sorry, I think I called it maybe bronze earlier. It's your gold and your silver for your beading thread, and then your 3 satin cords. Now it should be at $12.85. Oh, it's a nice wee price, that one. We're going to $7.95. I didn't tell you that, no. 7.85. Extra pennies. So I actually said 95. Why 85? Because then it's a full how many? £5 off.
Wow.
Full £5
Excellent.
saving if you take an extra 10p.
I mean, you've got 100
aren't you
metres
good,
of the
Helena?
thread there. How many metres are on the satin?
10 metres of each on the satin.
So, yeah, and you've got 100 metres of beading thread altogether there.
So it's 30 plus 100.
It goes on forever.
130 metres to
Absolutely
play with.
forever.
And something I saw the other day on the Late Show, which I hadn't seen before, but please forgive me if any of the guest designers, Linda, you've possibly done it yourself, is with the beading thread to make a necklace, but pleat it. So it was just a pleat of 3 strands of beading thread on each, well, it was actually the same colour, but if you use different colours, because beading thread we have so much of, we tend to get quite a lot of it, but if you pleat the 2 colours together, it becomes a necklace. You can make a pleated necklace. If you go onto Jewellery Maker's Facebook page, you'll be able to see this necklace. It's just a pleat. It's a normal pleat, and it just looked like, in fact, have we got the the notebook thing about? If it's about, I'll have a look and show it to you. It's in one of the shows, but it was just pleating the thread, pleating them together, and then that became the body of the necklace.
Gemma did a whole DVD on beading thread.
Yes.
So
exactly. So if you're thinking, oh, actually, I want some extra ideas for beading thread,
Gemma's got a DVD.
There's
on
a
it.
Gemma's DVD, which you'll be able to find on the Facebook page, not the Facebook page, on the JewelleryMaker.com website or on the phone lines. So the beading thread is there for you for only $7.95 from $12.95. We're taking it down. Sorry, Linda. Let's get back to this.
That's
I want to get back to this.
Right,
I want to see how to make
this.
this.
As I say, now is just it's going back to very when I run my introduction to jewellery making. We're just going to do that simple loops.
I came to your course.
You did, and wrapped loops. That's all we need to do now. To make up the main body of the necklace. But what I advise you to do is, I think there was a bundle on the show this morning of busts.
Ooh.
Okay, the display busts. Okay, is complete the necklace through to the clasp before you start putting on
your extras.
Yeah, your extras. So put the clasp on and then work on it. You don't have to, so if you haven't got one, don't worry about it. That doesn't matter at all. But if you have got a jewellery making display bust, then work on the bust because you can see the necklace grow then.
Just borrow a friend.
Yeah, or just borrow a friend for an hour.
You just sit there for an hour.
Yeah, just sit there for an hour. So just pop it on and then you can just see how the whole thing drops. But if you haven't, that doesn't matter. That's just in a perfect world. So all we need to do now is work on the jump rings with the gemstone. So initially, I started the necklace off with the largest, which I think is the 14 mil, and I just popped that onto a head pin. Okay, and then taking a round nose pliers, pop that on the top of the gemstone and holding quite firmly the head pin, and then push away, and then hold the gemstone and flick the wrist around away from you. And then bring that back over the top through 180 degrees so that excess is now facing you, as it were. And then take the pliers out, find your first jump ring, and then pop that loop. Now if, I'm going to just take that off because that one will fall off. But what you can do then is, because you've got your neckline completely and utterly safe, you then just hold up the gemstone, pop your round nose pliers back in, push that excess down on top of the gemstone, and then coil it around the neck that you've just made. Okay, and you can go all the way around the gemstone, that's entirely up to you, which makes a nice little coil on the top, or you can trim it off. And that's the first one on. That's just the very first one on. And then the next one, you can get another head pin. Let's go on to one of the 6 mils. Another head pin.
Oh, I see what you've done.
Yeah, you just
because
keep
you've
building
got
them.
one
I'm going to
side.
come to that one in a minute. Where you just I'll come to that in a minute.
J'ai compris. I'm thinking, how is that like that? And then how does it? Oh, I understand. There it is. And can I be naughty and show everybody? Underneath, if I lift the top row up, you can see that ladder weave that we've been talking about.
And it's holding all that lower row. Okay.
Ah,
So that lower row, you can start off at the top of the row of the drop or at the bottom, but on the bottom there needs to be a head pin. So again, I'm going to do a complete wrapped loop on this now because this is my bottom bead. Okay, so push away, flick the wrist round, bring it over, take the pliers out, pop them back in, push down towards the gemstone, and then take it around. You can do it a lot more slowly than me. The only thing that I sort of urge you to do is do it slower than me and make those circles as perfect as you can on your loops.
Yeah, I can't make them that perfect that quickly.
It comes with practice, but make them as round as you can, because any little kink that gets in that round, the gemstone tends to sort of go like a bit like a dog's hind leg. It kicks out a bit, if you know what I mean. You know, and you really want them to drop down if you can.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you've got that kink, the gemstone will just kink out because of that little dent.
We don't want no kinks going on.
You don't really want that.
No,
so,
no kinks.
We'll do a drop of 3. So we'll go now onto the 6mm, but now I'm putting the 6mm onto an eye pin, which has got a little eye at the bottom. Now, don't panic if you haven't got eye pins. You can make them by using wire, 0.6 wire, 0.8 wire. Or you can top the little top off of the head pin if you've got loads and loads of head pins. Take the little top off and just make that simple loop. So now I'm just going to do exactly the same again. Push away, flick it round, bring it back, and then coil it around. These are the very basic jewellery making techniques that we use, mechanics, but they are ones that you'll use forever. Because I've got because that second gemstone is on an eye pin, I can now open the eye pin exactly the same way as you'd open a jump ring, which is away from you. Pop that loop from that one that's on the head pin and close it up. Okay, close it up again until it's completely locked in exactly the same direction or the opposite direction to how you opened it. And now you've got your first, sorry I shouldn't have worn a red dress. You've got a drop. Now that can be a drop and that can go straight on to another gemstone now. So exactly the same way that you used the same form that I did to use that first one is we will pop on a 4mm. Sorry Ali, do you want to say something now?
No, I was just going to show everyone who's a new viewer, those of you who are regular viewers, you've got one of these at home. If you joined us once, you get this and it tells you how to do the basic loop and the wrap loop. Exactly. But it's also, we've got a free DVD. Now if you're a new viewer watching for the first time, just call the call centre, we'll send you one of these for free. You don't need to join us, you don't need to buy anything. But if you want to see the wrap loop and the basic loop Linda's talking about, or watch it on a DVD, refresh yourself. We don't send it every time we send you an order, because otherwise you'll have one every time you order. But there's just the DVD going to show you how to create a wrap loop, just a wee excerpt from it there. But then just what you've seen with Linda. In fact, is it yourself doing it? It is, yeah, so many of you will know you love watching it. And it's those infamous nails. Not infamous, don't like the word infamous, famous. Infamous means they're famous for doing a bad thing, it's not infamous.
Well, it depends whether that loop's a good one or a bad one.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about the lovely Linda here. Tom, I can't believe I copied what you said there.
That's fine, they are. Actually, sometimes they are.
Famous Linda. Did I just teach you something? Did you use a word that you didn't know what it meant? Joker. Infamous means they're famous for a bad thing. Yeah. It's not a good thing, so call someone infamous. Not if you like them, you want to be their friend.
A lot of politicians are infamous, aren't they?
I'm saying nothing.
Famous for bad things, yes.
So there you go. So I'm glad I've taught you a new thing, Loch Lomond. Tom and I spoke, and he said, "Oh, do you live near Loch Lomond?" And I went, "Oh, very posh."
That's the French version, isn't it, of Loch Lomond?
It's Tom's version. Loch Lomond or Loch Lomond.
I like that. It sounds like a pudding, Loch Lomond.
Loch Lomond. Oh, yeah, I love a good Loch Lomond. I'm sorry, back to what we're making.
Now, if I'm
I was holding it together so well.
So the first gemstone you put on, you're going to use your head pin, okay, and then you're going to work up with eye pins. Now, when you've decided that you're on your last gemstone of the drop, again, this will be on an eye pin, but open the eye pin first before you pop your gemstone on. Attach it to the drop that you've made and close it up. Sorry, I'm fumbling a little bit. My granddaughter nicked my glasses off me the other day, and she's actually bent the arm a bit, and I feel a bit, seriously, I feel a bit, yeah, it makes you feel a bit lopsided.
You don't feel dizzy though,
No, I did do, but sort of putting an elastoplaster across here That's why I think, oh, it just dropped down again. So if I'm a bit sort of shaky on my loops, I apologise. It's Lily's fault.
Well, nobody thought that. I'm now going to inspect the next one, though.
Yeah, exactly.
We're all going to be like, watching.
Exactly. So now we've got the
With
drop.
infamous hands.
The drop that on my infamous hands has just made,
Yeah.
okay? And now the whole thing's attached to an eye
believe
pin.
that.
Pop the last gemstone on, and again, this could be one of the little coated quartz, or it could be, again, one of the quartzite. And then do exactly the same with the drop as you did with that very first one. So just make half of a wrapped loop, and then find the very next available jump ring, pop it on, let the whole thing drop down, and again wrap around and close up. There's only really one more. You just continue along the jump rings in exactly that format, okay? All the way along. If it's not full enough for you, then you can come back and attach even more drops to the one jump ring. You can have 2 drops to the jump ring or not. Then just ever so quickly, if you want to, like I have, sort of busied it up on the top of the necklace.
Well, I like the busied it up.
Just get a gemstone, again one of the larger ones, either the 12s or the 4s. Pop one onto a head pin, and again make half of a wrapped loop. But attach this one to, you'll see in between on the ladder weave, you see you've actually got quite a lot of beading thread, which is part of a ladder weave design available. So
can I get you to just tilt that that way?
Sorry.
No, you're fine. It's just because on
sorry, I'm sorry,
you can go a wee bit closer there.
You can see you've got those loops there of the ladder weave.
So is that bit there between the 2 red ones, or is that a different part?
It doesn't matter, wherever you can see beading thread.
All right.
That's looped it together. Yeah. That is part of the ladder weave, it's part of the design, so it's not a problem if you're just making the necklace without the drops. But just do this half a wrap loop, and then when you find that sort of space on the, you just pop it on to that that little bit of beading thread that's in between the gemstones, and again finish off the wrap loop. Let me just, and I'll just show you the little bit of difference. That's why those 2 are dropping down, and that one, as it comes around the neckline, if you do those periodically, not all the way along all of those loops, but periodically along, say perhaps using the 8s and the 12s and the 14s. Yep. Just jot those in, probably more so on this sort of upside here, and that's when you get that that top shelf, as it were.
Top layer.
See what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. I love it. I've just had Director Tom say, Ali, I've just gone onto the internet and searched that word definition. He went, it's not good, is it? I'm like, no, it's not good. He's apologising profusely currently. He didn't realise. So, just thinking about that, we were going to have some jump rings for you. They've not yet arrived, so I've got some jump ring maker and some wire, so we can make jump rings, right?
Yes, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, it's as it says on the tin, on the instructions. It's,
can we try and make a jump ring?
And it's very simple.
Have we got the tool in the tray, in the drawer? Should I open it? Ah, it's too slow.
I don't think we have. There is a little acrylic base. Do you know what? I've not used this one. I've used the other jump ring maker. So
I've not used it either. That's why I'm trying to get in. I want to use it. I want to see if I can do it. It will be interesting, Helena. Yeah.
It hasn't got
first time Helen and I have worked together, and she's like, "Oh goodness, this will be interesting." Yeah, it will.
You screw the.
I tried to use a crinkle
mandrels.
Obviously,
there's all different mandrels, isn't there?
Yep.
Okay.
There's so many different tools, so many different ways to do things.
It's a bit like the gizmo, and what you do is you put the wire.
I'm going to put you on the spot here because I don't even know if you've used it before, so we'll learn together.
So,
but you're getting it home, and we'll make it up as we go along. There's 4 different sizes, 4mm, 6mm, 7mm and 8mm jump rings we could use. What roughly size were the jump rings that we had on your necklace?
6s.
6mm, so you can make these.
Yeah.
And we've got some wire coming up as well, different colours, so you can make them. What gauge wire would you recommend? What's that you're going to use
This is a 4, I think. This is a, this is a 4
by 4. Handy.
Yeah, just because I had it handy. Probably 6 or 8.
0.6. Yeah. Oh, we've got 0.6 in green, and we've got it 0.8 in fuchsia. Yeah. They're coming up in a minute as well.
So you use it a bit the same way. If you're used to using a gizmo, now please, if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I haven't used this tool yet because it's never been in stock.
No, I've never seen it before. First time I've seen this version of it.
So, and then you use it a bit like a gizmo. So you feed the wire through the little hole there, okay? And then you basically start it off, and then as you turn it, I'm not doing it right, I know, but if you hold the wire down there, and then as you turn, you just turn like this, it just coils up like a gizmo does.
Oh yeah.
And then you can make that the whole length of the mandrel, okay? And then just uncoil that, and obviously you've got the makings of several jump rings as long as you go up that. But definitely use 6 or 8. You've got 4 different sizes, so you can make the tinies right up to this larger one.
You can make from 4mm to 8mm, 4, 6, 7 and 8mm. Everybody seems to have got them so far already, so you've obviously either seen it being used before, you know how it works, or you want it, so either way these are being allocated really quickly.
And all you do then is get rid of your excess wire, okay, and then where the wire has, where this little bit of wire has come up there is where you take in preferably your flush cut. Flush cutters, right, and just go in and just cut there, and then you'll have your jump rings.
Now I heard the other day, I don't know if this is right, and you'll be able to keep me right on this, but I remember whether this was a dream, and if it was, I'm dreaming about Jewellery Maker, but that happens quite often. I go to sleep singing the theme tunes. But if you cut them alternately, it makes them fit better.
That's feasible.
On the when they close.
Yeah, I would think so.
Now I could be wrong, but I'm sure to goodness I've heard this somewhere.
Yeah, I think.
I'm sure it was
right.
a designer was using the flush cutters, and they cut it one way, and then the next day cut it the opposite way.
Because that will change that little tiny little angle that you get on the
so that when you close it, it's perfectly flush. On the round on the jump ring.
Because there is another. Jump ring make I think that we've got with a little saw blade where you can actually make the saw cut jump rings, which are completely and utterly, but these are fine, really and truthfully they're absolutely fine.
It's $7.95.
Wow, it's such a simple invention, but you know, whoever invented it was clever to realise that is what we want.
Or really frustrated and wanted to make more jump rings and not buy them. And thinking, oh, I need every size of jump ring. Why can't I just make them? It would be so much quicker if I'm sitting in my workshop if I could just make a few more rather than having to go to the shops and buy some in different sizes.
I've used 27, 28, 29 because of the jump rings for the clasp fastenings as well. But if you're into chainmail as well and things like that, you know, it's just a nice little tool to have there ready and waiting in case you run out of your
To be fair, I'm just thinking about myself here, and I've just realised I'm pretty lazy when it comes to jewellery making, because I'm thinking in my head, I can't finish my necklace. I'm currently making a necklace. I can't finish it because I don't have any jump rings, but I have loads of wire. So if I just got this tool, then therefore I could finish my necklace.
That's right.
And not wait for jump rings and just make them in the wire that matches the actual necklace.
That's a good point, because
sometimes you don't get jump rings in bright green, do you?
If you've got shed loads of wire, well, if you've got plenty of wire, I shouldn't say the shed loads. But if you have got lots of wire, then you're never findingless, because you can make virtually most findings from wire, including head pins, just a little tiny coil on the end.
I've let myself down.
Why?
Because I know I could just make some jump rings, and I'm sitting at home thinking, oh, if I can't finish this, I'm just going to have some ice cream, because I know I can't finish it because I don't have any jump rings, and I should just make them. Like Lanarkshire are about to do. Cherry, Kate, Pauline, Gwendolyn, Patricia, Carmel, everybody's getting this. Anne, Lorraine, Anonymous, Jenny. But for me, most importantly, it's because wire in a chartreuse or a fuchsia pink or antique bronze, antique bronze you're probably the most likely to get a jump ring to go with, but in all of these colours you're not going to necessarily and not likely to going to get a jump ring in that colour.
No, exactly.
And if you want to keep
had I got this little tool, and at the time I have got some black wire at home, I could have made the black jump rings, and I could have made the findings out of the black wire as well. So, you know, there's always going to be a time when this is going to come in really useful to you, particularly when you're making your own findings from coloured wires.
And chainmail, as you mentioned, chainmail you use so many jump rings. I mean, the amount of times that we offer you jump rings, it's not that often, but when we do, they always fly out the door. So I know jump rings sell very, very quickly. So to have this, I know a lot of you might be thinking, Ali, I want to see the price of the wire to see if I can get them together, because maybe you don't have any wire yet. If you've got wire at home, don't do as I act, but do as I say. I think we should do that, because I haven't thought. I know for a fact that I should be making my own jump rings right now and not wimping out and finishing this necklace, which is what I'm doing. So I'm going to finish it, because I'm going to bring my wire in and use this tool, or get one of these tools, but I don't know if I'll be able to get it before I go on holiday. I don't know if there'll be any left, because you're all flying out the door with this. It's $7.95 with 4 different sizes. But also, I know I shouldn't say this because I'm about to do the wire, but see if you're at a show, or you're at an exhibition, or you're at a craft fair and you're making jewellery and somebody wants something in a particular colour, you could make your jump ring on demand.
And also,
and it's an it's a small enough tool to take with you, isn't it? It's not massive.
And if people are buying jewellery from you, or perhaps even you may be selling on some of the strands, because you might have lots and lots of strands at home that you haven't perhaps worked on yet, and you've got this, you could make them a little bag of jump rings, couldn't you? You could, and you could also repair jewellery on demand, because you might not necessarily have their jump rings in stock, but if you have some colour wire, you can make them. Right, I'm going to bring you the wire now, because I know you're all asking for it, quite rightly so. I love this. These colours I think would all go together, the greens, the fuchsias, and the antique bronze. Absolutely. Earthy tones with flowers. So you've got the 0.6, 0.8, 0.25mm and 1.25mm. So I know that sounds confusing. So we'll go through the greens. Look at all my mess, sorry, forgive me. The green is your 0.6mm gauge, 10 metres of it. That's your chartreuse, which is one of my favourite wires, not just because I can say chartreuse, but I do love the colour of it. Your fuchsia is your copper-based wire with your 0.8mm gauge, which is 10 metres worth of. Then we've got 2 antique bronze. The big one, which is 100 metres, is 0.25mm gauge. And then the smaller reel, which is by no means small, 10 metres of 1.25mm. So this is your largest gauge. Then we go down to 0.8, which is your fuchsia, 0.6, which is your chartreuse, and then 0.25mm for your antique copper. So you've got all of these wires. So that's giving you what, 130 metres of wire. That's a lot of wire in there. Is that all it's supposed to be? It's supposed to be 26.30. I don't think that's a lot, to be fair. No, it isn't a lot.
Jewellery Maker prices are fab. But we're going to take it under £20. Yeah, way under £20. In fact, under £15. Say what? Did I just say that?
Oh, whoa.
So the saving we've just made on that, you could buy that tool.
Easily, yeah. Absolutely.
Because that will come in the price of what you've just saved, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
So, I know if you were thinking about it, oh, that's a really good idea, yeah, I need the tool, should I get the tool? I mean, the wire, if I'm going to get the wire, it's going to be about £30. £15 for 4 reels of wire, come now, that's 130 metres. That's just shy of pennies per metre, isn't it, really?
Absolutely, absolutely. What a bargain.
What a deal, what a deal, what a mighty fine deal, mighty fine deal. £14.95. I would urge you onto those lines as soon as you can to get your wire. Whether you want to use it for your making your jump rings or not, you don't need to get the jump ring tool, of course you don't. You might not want them, you might want to buy your jump rings, or you might not even want any. But at that price point, £14.95, the different gauges of wire, great, particularly for anyone who's a new viewer. Linda, why would you suggest having a variety of gauges to work with?
Well, because you're going to need the majority of the gauges, I think possibly 0.4, 0.6, 0.8 are the ones that you're going to use the most of. 0.25 definitely, I found that's one of my most favourite wires now to wire on with. The 1mm, the 1.25, the 1.4, the 1.5mm is you can make torques for necklaces from, very much for structure, so that you wire onto a structure. So there will come a point, if you get into wire work, you will need really all gauges at some point, or you'll want all gauges at some point, and certainly having colours is just another bonus really, because then you can colour match your gemstones. Or just make a complete contrast to your gemstones, which is fabulous, because once you can make jewellery, really, you know, the world's your oyster, to pun a oyster. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Oyster.
Yeah. See, yeah, exactly.
I'm being naughty. What I want to do for anyone who's a new viewer and you're thinking, oh, actually, I like what you're saying, I want to know other ideas of what I can do with the wire, because you might be looking at the 1.25 mil gauge and thinking, oh, it's quite thick. You could do something like this, a big look.
Beautiful.
Or then again, you've got something like this,
Beautiful.
which is totally different, but using a different gauge of wire.
Yeah, that's a Viking knit, isn't it, with wire.
So you've got your thicker gauge wire right through the
Beautiful.
middle
To give it the support.
for your support, and then you've got yourself the smaller gauges of wire.
Gorgeous.
So it's not just about, oh, I need to make jump rings. You can make without even gemstones. And just here, there's a pendant, a locket pendant.
Yes, and Michelle's locket, it's beautiful.
Isn't it fabulous?
It opens, it does.
So if you lift the little key. So just to apologise, there is a slight delay on the phone lines.
The little cabochon, wrapped cabochon sitting in there. Ingenious design. Love it.
So cute, isn't it?
Yeah,
It
beautiful.
was our Michelle just the other day. You can always watch back in the shows if you're thinking, oh, I really like that. I'm just going to close that there. And then on the end, there's some gizmoed wire. So by just gizmoing wire, you can give it a totally different look to what you would do if you were just to have it straight, or to twist it, or to make jump rings out of it, or make rings out of it. I mean, you don't actually necessarily, if you've ever come to any of our workshops or any of the ring workshops, you can make a ring with just wire. You don't need gemstones.
No, you
can
don't.
just start off
That's
with
right.
wire,
Yeah.
and you can make loads. These were made with 1 mil wire. Laura Binding was making those. So if that's an idea for you of what you could do with just wire, or you could nestle gemstones in there as well. I know a lot of you will be thinking, oh gosh, I can't do that. Yes, you can. If I can do it, you can do it. I went in one day and made a ring in less than a day. A wire ring, and I made quite a few. And you can take it to the next level, and by having these different gauges and different colours, you can make a really interesting gemstone or non-gemstone ring, just a wire ring, just by incorporating different colours of wires.
Definitely.
And if you think about that, that's the amount of gemstones you could work with as well, different colours of gems.
Well, that's right. Absolutely.
Rose quartz would go with all of them. Oh, lovely to see you. So please accept my sincere apologies on the phone lines if you are experiencing any delays. The website is there for you. It's completely free, of course, on the website if you've already got your web provider, JewelleryMaker.com, or alternatively, the phone line is there. It's just a little bit of a delay. Forgive us, but it is a free phone number from a UK landline. So I'll leave that there. And we've finished. Have we finished the necklace?
Just quickly going to backtrack, because I did promise certain ladies, and I'll be ever so quick. I promise you it won't take more than a minute.
But the pom-poms.
The pom-pom thing. This pom-pom. This little
like
sort
I'm
of
back at high school.
firework. Let me move this out of
Primary school.
Sorry,
even.
out of
Do
the
you want
way.
me to take it for you?
I'll just put that there. It's just a little, that's a little firework thing. Very simple. Is take piece of cardboard, 2 discs, just like that. So you've got 2 the same size, just cut them from ordinary cardboard, everyday cardboard, and cut a central
It's like
hole.
a smiley face.
It is. Cut a central hole in them and put them together. And then taking, I'm using this gorgeous sari thread, which we're hoping will be back in stock at any minute.
I've never even seen that.
I know, we're hoping that that's going
Do
to
you
be
know,
back in stock
I thought that
soon.
was using one of the tassels I thought you'd used. I didn't
No.
realise.
And simply pop whatever medium, whether it's the Eslon thread, whether it's the satin cord, whether it's macramé, whatever. It's the same method. Straight through the centre, and then just, now I find it easier to take my round nose pliers and just pull it through. Take a length of workable cord, probably a couple of yards long, because you're going to work it up quite quickly, and just keep doing that, pulling it through all the time, working fairly close together. And it's to say, once you run out on that, then you just add another piece in exactly the same way. Just keep, this is just an ordinary pom-pom making design. You go all the way around. So I've got to this now. I've done probably 2 layers on that. That's all you need. Don't do any more. A pom-pom will probably need 5 or 6 layers, but this is just 2 layers. If you're using a thicker cord, then just 1. Then trim off all of these lengths. This is where I've added. So I've literally added more as I've gone along. So trim that off to a rough level of the edge of the cardboard. And then all you need to do is to take your scissors and find Just separate it so that you find the cardboard in there, okay? So the scissors go in between those two layers, okay, and just literally cut all the way around. Just get it round. Cut all the way around. You need a nice pointed, sharp pair of scissors. I keep asking, don't keep asking, I'm going to ask Hannah if we can source any of these, because these are fabulous scissors for this sort of thing. This nice sharp point and pretty. So just keep going around between the two. I was admiring
them earlier.
Right, and then when you get all the way around, cut another length of matching cord, whatever medium that you're using, and then just slightly separate the cord, okay, and pop that through so that it literally goes all the way into the center, and then just tie it off. So just make an ordinary overhand knot and let that go in. Give that a bit of a tug. Another one, and give that a bit of a tug. And then when you've done the next stage, which is simply pulling them apart, okay, before we push them down, where you've made that knot, put the tiniest little bit of nail varnish, clear nail varnish or glue, okay, just to hold that knot, and then simply press it down. And then you've got your sort of firework explosion. Trim off these edges, and then out to put them onto the necklace, all I did was put a needle. I've got some, I think it's the Eslon that I use for soutache, on a needle, and then go through the very center, and trust me, it holds. Go through the very center part here with your needle, go straight through that, and then when you've actually got that fixed, again a tiny little bit of glue on either end of that cord that you're using to fix it around the neckline, and then that's the explosion. Simple as that. You can trim it off when you've pushed it down. You can actually then give it a little bit of a haircut to tidy it up. You can make them as big or as small as you want, but that's the simple way of making that little firework explosion.
I love it. I want to have them on my my napkins for my Christmas, or use them for my Christmas crackers.
That would be a nice idea, wouldn't it?
Not that I have anyone coming round for Christmas, but I'm just gonna sit with my pet Joey, and we'll have it. I think I'll go home this year actually. Take them home. That could be my gift for Christmas Day.
Yeah. Nice.
A little something. Oh my gosh, these are awesome.
You could actually use them on homemade Christmas crackers, and dangle a little gemstone from it as well. And you've got a little tree decorating, all sorts of things.
The most glamorous Christmas table dressing ever. Can't believe we're talking about Christmas, but absolutely. Right, so $14.95 is for all your wires, and you've just seen that kit. It was $29.95. I don't think there are many left. Oh, way over half's gone. We only had 100, so just to remind you, it's from the feather headpiece that I'm wearing. My fascinator is from that particular. Oh, hello. So went to $29.95. There were 4 strands. Five strands, of your pink quartz. You had your black agate strand, faceted tubes that are gorgeous. Yeah. You had your black spinel strand, which on its own should be, oops, let me fly. Should be around, what, £30 on its own, just that strand. Easily. You had your gold, you had your quartz beads in there as well. All of that with your 2 strands of wax cords, your black and your wonderful rich reds. So all of that, 10 meters of each 1 mil gauge, went to $29.95. Try and get a hold of it as soon as you can, because they will be allocated really, really quickly. I love this. We will see you, myself and Linda and the rest of the team, on the other side of a very short break.
If you love classic jewellery, then why not come and join guest designer Gemma Crow on our vintage workshop. Gemma will guide you through various beading and wirework techniques which will inspire you to create timeless designs from a bygone era. The full course includes a selection of wire, a selection of findings and charms, a bead scoop, use of all relevant tools and equipment, a buffet lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studio and a visit to our gemstone museum. All of this for just $69.95. Have a blast from the past and take home some amazing designs. For further information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Jewellery Maker course gift vouchers are now available. You can choose from a bronze, silver or gold voucher. Each voucher is worth a different amount that entitles you to put towards a course of your choice. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
The four most common details considered in the industry when securing a quality gemstone are described as the 4 C's. The first C we look for is colour. The colour of a gemstone refers to the hue, tone and more importantly, the even saturation of colour within the gemstone. This can make the difference between a poor stone and a highly exquisite gem, being highly sought after by collectors worldwide. Secondly, we look for clarity. Almost all gemstones can contain some type of inclusions formed during crystallisation. Some gemstones, for example emerald, are acceptable with inclusions, whilst others are graded on how clean they are. Then we look for carat. Gemstones are always measured in carat weight when cut and commonly in grams as rough. Additionally, there are 100 points in every carat, so every point counts. And last but definitely not least, we come to cut. The cut is the most misunderstood and underestimated of the 4 C's. The cut should never be confused with the shape of the gemstone. This is the 3-dimensional form, whilst the cut is the direct manipulation of the gemstone's facets by the lapidrist. Many factors are involved here, including the vision, experience and expertise of the lapidrist. If accomplished perfectly, a truly exquisite gemstone can be crafted into a work of art.
We've teamed up with Make and Sell Jewellery magazine to offer our customers an exclusive promotion. From the 4th to the 8th of August, we're giving you the chance to get a 6-month subscription to Make and Sell Jewellery magazine for just $19.99, saving a massive 33%. Simply go to the website or call 01795 414 964 and quote the discount code JMOffer. Terms and conditions apply. Please see the website for more details.
Hello and welcome to the Design Inspiration Show. I'm Ali and I've got the wonderful resident designer Linda with me. She's currently working on her challenge, which I'll be able to show you just before 5 o'clock, about 10 to 5 we'll bring that to you. There's a lot in this particular wonderful opportunities. I have some treats that you will not believe. We have the peridot strand that everybody's been messaging in regarding. Thank you so very kindly for you taking the time to drop us a wee message, whether it be on JewelleryMaker.com or in our text service. This will be coming up in this hour. In the next sort of 40-45 minutes, you'll be able to get a hold of this, as well as a dream strand of tanzanite. I know you wouldn't think we would have any tanzanite in the building. This is a 60 carat tanzanite strand. It is probably the last chance we'll offer to you the rice shape and top drilled tanzanite, and one of the first times I've ever offered it. It is out of this world. We also have a dreamy neon apatite massive carat weight strand. What do you think of that? It's huge and it's going really, really low. Really low. £10. Sorry. Where that came from. And this, I need to show this to you, because if I don't show it to you now, you will not be my friend anymore. You won't. You'll be thinking, Ali, there's no way we can be friends if you can't have this. Sapphires, emeralds and rubies in one strand. We've mentioned strands like this a little bit today. This is divine. This is coming up for you as one of the most exciting opportunities of your entire Jewellery Maker Day. It's a dream strand. It's over 25 carats and it comes in its own fancy box. That's all to come in the next 40 minutes, so I best be very, very quick. I'm going to bring you some soutache, is it? Oh, sorry, mesh. Did you say 13? Ah, right, 11. Box-wise, because I was going to say there's no soutache in there, but there isn't a soutache in this one either. It's mesh cord. Now, I was talking about this. There was a mesh workshop on yesterday with the lovely Gemma, who's in today, actually, guest designer, and I was telling her about this colour, and she had never ever had the chance to get a hold of it. So she was a little bit envious because I told her I had one of these colours. I'll show it to you. It's known as the bronze colour. I thought it was like a little bit of a salmony pink. The bronze, it's gorgeous. See, when you get this out, it's so nice. You've got the black, you've got the brown, and you've got the gold as well as the bronze. This one's known as the bronze, but it's like a salmony pink. I love it. It's got the most gorgeous colour to it. So you get all of them. We have 4 individual opportunities for you. 1mm mesh, 10 meters in the brown, 18 meters in the black, 18 meters in the bronze, and 18 meters in the gold. So, really? All right, hold on a minute. A lot of you might think, oh, Ali, I don't understand what to do with it. It looks really nice, but how does it work? It is unreal. It is amazing. There was a workshop on it yesterday. I don't know if Jem was getting any of the pieces in, but they were making the biggest flower fascinators and hair pieces using this wire mesh. It is amazing. It's gorgeous, and you have to get it in your life. I've got it in my life. I haven't even made anything with it. That's why those great larger wire gauges would be perfect for it. If you type into our YouTube page, Jewellery Maker's YouTube page, and type in wire mesh, you will be able to get an idea of what you can make and what you can do. We can really help you. I'm going to see if we can find some images. I might also see if there's some open wire mesh in the studio. If there is, I'm going to show you how amazing it is. If not, you know what, I'm going to open one. I'm going to be fair. You do have some images. Oh yeah, let's have a look. Oh, this is made by our Gemma crew, who's currently running a workshop next door. And if you were on her workshop yesterday, you're probably thinking, I need this in my life now. There's more. There's another. Oh, it's a beautiful necklace. Oh, there's another one. Oh, there are some amazing ways you can create it. There's a dragonfly idea. There's one actually I've got in studio here too. Oh, the flower design. Amazing. Your thick wire. And then you're amazing. You just wrap it round and then you twist it and then you finish it off at the end. Have you worked with this yet, Linda? Yes. How much do you love it?
I love it. For that type of design, all you need to do is make a frame of your 1mm wire or 125 and then push it into the mesh and then twist the mesh around either end. Because it's metal, it will twist around really nicely around the edges to finish it off, and then you can sew onto it. Good girl. If you feel that you're not happy with the design, whatever, then you just give the tug to either end of the mesh and it'll just go back to being exactly the same as it was when you first started.
Should we do that?
Yeah.
I found some in the box. It's the red one. It's not the colour we have here. But I did. Oh, it's amazing. This, if you've got some red, or if you manage to get some red and black sort of poppy idea, if you wrap it round, you could do that, couldn't you?
It'd be fabulous with that last bundle, that last design inspiration, wouldn't it?
If you get the black and put it with look at that. How cute is that as a little bracelet? A little bracelet. How beautiful is that? And then, hold on a minute, I don't like it. Boom. Back to the start again. It is like magic, but it's even better because everybody can understand it. Oh, you're going to have so much fun with this. Serious. Anyone can do this. So that's what you're getting, the 4 different colours. The black, you're getting 18 meters of the black and the gold and the bronze. And then you've got 10 meters of the brown. All 1mm gauge in length. Mesh, 4-meter wire mesh. Have a look at any of the previous designs or opportunities on the show. Give it a go. But this is my favourite. I've got this one at home. I love it. So hold on, we've not even got a price in yet, have we? £14.80. So that's not even £5 each. That's quite good, isn't it? Wire mesh for how much? I mean, when you look at what you can create with it, how it looks so expensive, doesn't it?
It does.
It's such an expensive look and such a classy look, such an elegant. I'm thinking absolutely wedding parties.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you perhaps do a bit of millinery or something like that, or as you say, the tiaras, fascinators and that really adds texture, because
But it's lightweight as well, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's featherweight, absolutely. And talking about feathers, it'll go fantastic mixed with feathers, perhaps up that quill, and then pull it aside. Yeah, just play with it. Make a nice rosette. That's what you're making there now. Look, really pretty.
I don't know what I was doing.
Yeah, but if you just bundle it together like that, wire it in the centre, and then pop some gems. You can sew onto it with the gemstones, obviously. You can
I'm gonna stick it on my head.
Yeah, you can stick it on your
have
head
a flower
too.
on
Yeah,
my
why
head.
not? Yep.
I haven't even done anything. All I did was pull it, scrunched it, and held it.
Yeah.
And because it holds its shape. Oh, I could just even put a bit of wire and a Kirby grip in there, couldn't I? And Kirby it in my head.
Definitely. Yeah, put it on a comb. Yeah.
Oh, and a hair comb. I feel straight away like I want to go and do some sort of flamenco dancing. Oh, I love it. How easy is that? But it'd be much better if I had a gold one, because then that's going to go with all the gold. Can you imagine a gold flower in your hair? Oh, can I make one, please? Can I open it? Oh, and the brown, obviously it's going to go with pretty much most gemstones, with that richness of the earthy tones. Black, well, that previous bundle that you had, amazing. With the feathers, how well would it go with the feathers?
Exactly, amazing. Well, really sort of Moulin Rouge, really that look.
And then black and gold, black and gold. You can't go wrong with black and gold, can you? And this is my favourite colour, because it looks like a peach. I know it's bronze on the name, but it's like a peachy, salmony, pink, bronzy. Oh, it's gorgeous. If only I could just get it out and show you.
I mean, you know, Alison made those shoes, did that wire work around those fabulous shoes last week, was it? Adding the mesh on the, you know, nice round-toed stiletto shoe, popping the mesh on.
Oh yes!
Yeah, on the front would be fabulous.
I'm not meshing about, no, I'm getting
Not
it out.
meshing about.
Not me meshing about. Oh my gosh, look at the gold! Oh, it's gorgeous. Oh, yes, 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 yes. You need this in your life. Do you know what? I'm just thinking this is terrible. But I know a lot of people have kids at the moment on sort of summer holidays or whatever. You can entertain them with this for hours. Like, you play with that, and I'm gonna do my jewellery creation. Like, literally just pulling it, pushing it together, twisting it. Can I have a gold flower in my hair? Oh, I like a little bit coming down. Oh, I feel like, not Rapunzel, what's her name? What's the one from Tangled?
Oh,
is it Rapunzel?
It is.
Maybe it is Rapunzel, I don't know.
Yeah.
Can't remember. To be honest, I don't really mind what her name is, because I'm getting to play with this. Oh, this is my favourite colour ever of mesh wire. Of anything. I love it. Peaches. How gorgeous is that? Can you see? I know it's called bronze, but can you see that it's got like a hint of a salmony pink to it?
Oh, those two colours are beautiful together.
And then a little bit of wire, Lyndon, and you got a wee bracelet.
Yeah, you can wire them. You can make nice puff bows, big puffy bows with them, and just wire them in the centre.
It's like a big puffy bow. You can make a bouquet with this.
Yeah,
you can make. There's so much you can make.
You can sort of tiara wrap the end onto it as well, and as you say, have that as the backdrop to a bouquet. That would be nice.
I've got over half the stock allocated, and I've got 30 people with it in baskets. If it's in your basket, you got to be quick. This is going to sell out. I know how much Gemma wanted some of this, because we were talking about it yesterday, and she was running a whole workshop. She said, "Oh, I haven't got any of that bronze colour." I was calling it peach, but you must get a hold of it. It's beautiful. There's so much you could do with it, and again, give it a wee twist. Put the wire in it, get a hold of one of the DVDs, get a hold of the YouTube and have a look on there in the design inspiration. But again, look, you just pull it and that's it, back to start again.
If you've got a backdrop, say of the Ultra Suede or the backing foundation that's on the website, you can sew that, as you're pulling it apart like that, you can then sew that around the edge to it of a collar, or actually sew it into the collar and then sew the gemstones in as well.
That sounds lovely.
Yeah, I mean, you can, it wasn't the mesh, but I had an idea the other day. I saw a lady with, like, you remember in the 70s, well, you probably wouldn't remember, in the 70s, very frilly shirts like 18th century shirts.
Oh,
and so
yes.
you can pop that onto even onto a cuff. Just stitch it on.
Yes.
You know.
Or like a brooch, a really pretty flowery brooch.
Well, let's face it, there's nothing you can't do with it.
And it's, you know what, it's because they're lightweight. I like them so much because it's a big look, but it's not heavy, because fascinators can be heavy on your head.
Oh,
I
no
know at the
weight to that
end
at
of a
all.
wedding, you're like,
No,
oh,
there's no
I'm gonna
weight
take this off my head
whatsoever.
yet. Right, I've only got 10 left, so I'm just quickly wrapping up, and I'm going to move on for you, just to remind you what you get. You get the 4 colours, you get 10 metres of the brown, you get 18 metres of all the other ones, which are your gold, your bronze, stroke salmony pink, and your black. I love it all. I'm so chuffed for you. If you managed to get that, and if you were at Gemma's workshop yesterday, then it's a must, because obviously you've seen what you can do with it. And everybody seems to be getting it, so be quick. Right. Tanzanite still to come, peridot still to come, apatite still to come, it's loads still to come, plus the challenge, and rubies, sapphires, emeralds. But what are we going to do next, sorry? We'll do the peridot now! Yay! Not going to lie, I'm very excited about this. Do you know much about peridot? Probably one of the only ideochromatic gems we have at this company, or have often. Don't let that sort of mind boggle you. It just means it is colour is derived from its basic composition. It's usually coloured by iron, is what gives it its colour. You have here a gemstone that's very, very difficult to get a hold of at this quality. So peridot you can find in the high street easily, but does it usually look this good? Now and again, if you get a little black dot within it, that's not a bad thing. That's actually a diamond starting to form, but it's not been hot enough, or the pressure hasn't been strong enough for the for the diamond to form. I love this. I've just had my director go, oh, I didn't know that. I'm learning. It's a learning day today. So usually wherever you find your peridots, it's usually quite next to where you find your diamonds. Diamonds, as you know, are pure carbon, or don't worry if you didn't know that, it's not a problem. It just means that when you see a peridot, it just means that it's with a little bit black speck. Now and again, that's a diamond. Well, it could have been a diamond that would have formed there, just because the pressure wasn't the same and the heat wasn't the same. It didn't begin to form, or began to form but didn't finish. So I don't think it's a bad thing when you see a black dot. But our quality is that clean. There's very rarely any.
I'm glad it didn't turn into a diamond, because that's just so beautiful anyway. So
it's stunning. To be fair, I think I'm trying to see if there's any black spots in it. Extreme heat and extreme pressure, closest to the Earth's core to getting your gemstone. Quite a lot of the time you'll find your peridot near the Earth's mantle. That's where it's usually formed. So it's an exceptionally special gemstone. This is completely natural, naturally that colour, and it comes out of the ground that colour. So the 22 centimetre strand, 4 by 2 millimetre to 6 by 5 millimetre in your pear shape, faceted like there is no tomorrow. 45 carats of a completely naturally faceted gem. Now this gemstone is used with your big designers, if you think of, or not even necessarily designers, I'm talking about your big jewellers, world-renowned jewellers like Grafs of London, Grafs of Geneva. You're thinking of your design houses. Peridot is featured massively. Peridot can be in your high street, in your local high street, but then peridot can also be on one of the most exquisite streets, Sloane Street in London, or Rue de Ron in Geneva. If you were to go across Lake Geneva, there's a beautiful road called Rue de Ron, and if you go down there, it's just absolutely jam-packed with your big designers. Grafs of Geneva is there. You've got yourself your huge design houses, and then you see something like this featured in all of those places. So peridot is a gem you can pay different price points for, but it's worldly renowned. It's instantly recognisable. I mean, if I said to peridot, even to somebody who's not even slightly interested in gemstone, you're probably going to think green.
Yes, I think you're right. I haven't seen that strand before, so it's nice.
It's the first time I've seen it too.
It's the first time I've seen it, and it's really crammed on in there, isn't it?
Yeah, there's no space really. It's almost like 2 strands, because they're all facing up and down. It's not just, normally they would just face in one direction.
It's nice to have them graduated, because again, you know, with this sort of waterfall drops, you can have a waterfall tassel drop for your little necklace, and you can have the same in earrings, because you've got the graduation of them there. Oh, it's beautiful. It really is. It's stunning.
It's clarity, it's quality in colour. its vibrancy, its play of cut, it's just an amazing, amazing natural stone. Naturally, it's good. Now, I'm not sure where this piece has come from, but we found our finest quality from Hunan in China and Hunan, Peridot and Shanghai. Did you like that, Leah? Leah did a wee dance there, a wee pop. But that's purely because what we buy only at Jewellery Maker, now you might be fascinated to hear this, you might not be interested, but with Peridot, it's the golden undertones, the golden overtones that we look for, or actually, no, I was right the first time, golden undertones we look for as opposed to the black overtones and the brown overtones. So we would only ever accept Peridot that has a great clarity with a golden undertone, because we know it's available, we know it's out there. Our sister channel found it quite a few years ago when we were on a buying expedition out in China. So what we've got for you here is that same quality, that pure golden undertone. This is higher than the caliber of some of the high street jewelers that I've seen out there, and that's with no disrespect. It's just, I'm just meaning fact-wise. You can pay different price points. You could put this with your sapphires and your rubies. This is a gemstone that you could put easily with rose quartz and amethyst. It's a gemstone that works with all the designer gems, all the exquisite, rare and really specially collectible gems, but it's also a gem that you could make in sort of an easier price point range as well. You best be quick on this one because we do not have many. Has this been seen before? Oh, it has been seen, but not by myself and Linda.
No way, I haven't seen it.
So if you blink, I think you missed this one.
I mean, look at the thickness of those teardrops as well. Look, you can see that.
They're quite a perfect teardrop, aren't they? They're quite a wide teardrop, a big pair, as opposed to sort of slim pair. They've got a really nice juiciness to them,
absolutely.
A zestiness to them.
Gorgeous.
Oh, I do love these. On the phone lines, don't worry if you haven't yet pressed your button 1, but if you haven't, we cannot speak to you until you do so. We had them earlier with some lovely, lovely greens, some stunning pearls that you may have seen, but on their own, if you were putting some gorgeous black spinel with it. We've got guest designer Sammy on the phone.
Yeah.
Everybody wants these. Peridot is a gem that until I joined this company, I didn't understand the love for it. Because whenever I'd seen it in the high street, it was just dull, and I didn't know it was translucent. On the high street, it just looks really dull. Here, you can understand why so many people fall in love with this gemstone. Lots and lots of you have it in your baskets in Perth and Kinross and Conway and Greater London, Kent, Sussex, Essex. Well done to every single one of you. Thank you so much. But this, I mean, a simple strand of pearls. I don't have any pastel pearls. In fact, I'm not going to use pearls. I'm going to actually wrap it with one of my favorite green gems. Chrome dioxide.
I was just thinking chrome dioxide with that, then I didn't realise you got a strand there.
Oh no, it's not, it's emeralds, forgive me. I'm looking at chrome dioxide, which I want to put with it. So, only emerald. To be fair, it would look too good to be an emerald strand. Because of the uniformity of colour. Yeah. There's my chrome dioxide, I would have that as a bundle.
Oh yeah. You make really good bundles, Ali.
Do I?
Really good bundles, I like it.
You'd never know I was moved out of art into music, would you?
Yeah, that's fantastic.
I can't draw, but I like colours.
God, that's beautiful.
I think they're gorgeous together. Obviously you don't have to get them together, but you might be sitting at home thinking, oh actually, Ali, I got some chrome dioxide nuggets from you the other day. I could actually put that with it. It's just to give you some ideas of strands that you may already have, or you may already be thinking about, or we might be able to get, I don't know if we will time-wise today, but you might be looking at the next time you see a peridot strand, or the next time you see a chrome dioxide or an emerald strand, and you think, actually, yeah, I'd love that. Now, there's a perfect combination I'm about to show you. I don't want you to get, I'm going to put, oh, the price isn't even in and they've all gone. Oh, well, there you go. $14.95. This is the kind of strand I would put with your sapphires, your emeralds of this caliber, personally. Gorgeous or gorgeous. Oh. There, absolutely there. And if you want to, I've got another idea. What am I like? Full of ideas today. If you were to put it with, I don't know how it'll go because I've never tried it, but here she goes, getting it out. Some golden mesh wire. Would that be a good idea, do you think? If you had some of these dropped through it or in it or clustered somewhere?
Yes, perhaps just that gold mesh, perhaps as it is, as it's been born, the gold mesh, like laying fairly flat, perhaps with a few little pulls in it, and then sewing those peridot onto the edge and just let them do that undulating because it's the right cut for an undulation, if you see what I mean.
Yes. And it's not too big, it's not going to have too low of a dangle. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Oh. And then, if you put it next to that, everybody's been messaging about this garnet, and quite rightly so. Thank you so much for taking the time to show your interest today. To put it with these garnets, they are the same shape. The strand of pearls maybe in between. Oh yes, these are genuine gems. We're moving on from sort of offering beads to gems.
Yes,
That's where the difference is.
That's quite right actually. That's basically gem setting quality, that Peridot garnet is, isn't it? And I mean, what better to go with a deep, beautiful Merlot coloured garnet than a green Peridot, because you get green garnets, don't you? So
yes,
the Peridot to go with the
do.
garnet is going to be amazing.
So I'll just bring in the garnet information there. Look at that Peridot. That's natural. It's unreal, isn't it? But it's real. Enjoy it. Do try and check out your baskets or on the phone lines on the web as quickly as you can. Thank you very much. More importantly, well done you. Now, I'm just going to get some information on this. I'm presuming it's natural. If it's Indian, then it'll be our Rajasthan. And if it is, good luck to you, because it's amazing. You put it on straight away. It is. So, many of you will know, one of our main buying offices for our sister channel is in India. We've got a company head buying office based in India, and that's in Jaipur. And in the same state as Jaipur, just along from it, there's a place called Rajasthan. And we launched our Rajasthan garnet jewellery a couple of years ago. In fact, it was myself that launched it on our sister channel, Gems TV. And when we launched it, and Gems TV is a channel that we make our own gemstone jewellery, so it's finished pieces of jewellery as opposed to Jewellery Maker, which is where we offer you everything you need to make your own. We offer finished pieces in an auction style channel. Now, this is some of the richest garnets of the rhodolite variety we've ever seen. Now, what's a rhodolite variety? Do you know there are different varieties of garnets? If you were watching last night, you would have heard me talk about the grossular family of the garnets, the pyrope, the almandine, the spessartine. Spessartite is from the grossular variety. There's so many different varieties of garnets. Spessartite is a different variety of your grossular. Some people get confused. There are over 30 different varieties of your garnets. Cubic crystal structure is the same as a diamond. So a lot of people love that structure because of the strength of it. What you have with the natural garnet from the rhodolite variety, it's a blend of pyrope garnet and a blend of almandine garnet. And I know it sounds a little bit confusing, but what it simply means is your pyrope gives me your reds and the almandine gives you your gorgeous purples. So when you blend it together, you get a bit of both. What's amazing about the rhodolite variety from Rajasthan is that you get yourself more of a purple. And the more of the purple in a rhodolite garnet, which is the almandine, when you get more almandine and a richer variety of almandine, more of the purple's coming through, you get yourself a higher value of garnet, which is why when we launched this in a sister channel, when we were about to finish the design process, we were only ever going to set it in 18 karat gold. That was all we were going to do because of the quality of the rhodolite garnet, the highest caliber we've ever seen of your rich garnets. But we then realised what was the purpose of our sister channel? To make sure everybody could afford genuine gemstone jewellery and everybody could afford every gem as much as possible. So if we set everything in 18 karat gold, nobody would be able to get, or not everybody would be able to get, for every price point range, something from a rhodolite garnet. So at the very last minute in the design process, we set some 9 karat pieces and 1 or 2 silver pieces, but that was it. So I know for a fact how much love there is for this company and this gemstone. It's massive in its size. They're not shy in retiring. There's 90 carats on this one strand. There's a lot on there, and they're graduated in size from 7x5 to 13x7 mil. Whatever you do, be as quick as you can to get your natural garnets. Whether it be this strand or whether it be another strand, you just need to make sure you get your garnets. Now the luster that you're seeing and the quality that you've got, now is that or is that not some of the finest garnets you've ever witnessed? Richness of colour, quality in colour. If you were to add some pearls in there, what would you add to your garnets? Would it be pearls? Would it be something else?
I think pearls and garnet go together really, really well. Garnet's my birthstone, and I have got
January baby.
Yeah, I've got a Victorian pendant, garnet pendant with like filigree gold, and I've actually it was on a gold chain, which was the original chain, but that broke, and it was my grand's, who I never actually met. So I put it onto pearls, strangely enough, and it looks fabulous. Yeah.
That sounds really
fabulous.
Oh, I want to see that. I do.
It looks gorgeous.
Can I see it one day?
Yeah, I'll bring it in.
Can you see that amazing quality of colour coming through? And then if you were to put it with those wonderful fuchsia pearls earlier. Or should I? Could I? What is it I want to put it with? I'm looking for it. I can't find it. I don't know what I'm thinking of. Oh, well, straight away the black thread, black and purple. This on its own, maybe some gold findings, head pins, jump rings. I think garnet doesn't get enough recognition. One of my best friends got engaged with a garnet. And it's the most beautiful gem, and I probably noticed her engagement ring and remember her engagement ring more than probably any of my other friends, and that's with no disrespect to some of my friends. They've all got incredible, beautiful engagement rings, don't get me wrong, but it's one that stands out, and it stands out because in the light, when she was pushing her daughter on the swing, and regular viewers, you might have heard me say this, pushing her daughter on the swing, and just the light catching off the top of it, I was just mesmerised watching this garnet, and it's about 4 or 5 mil in a stone, a cushion cut, I believe. And most of these are the same size, if not bigger than that, and that you notice it more than you can imagine. You need to get this in natural daylight, because what you see colour-wise, if I hold my hand out, or hold it out, sorry, you might be able to see, in natural daylight, where your gemstones are supposed to be seen, natural, genuine gems. You've got luster, you get fasting, and you've got the most amazing quality of colour, and with some gold findings. Oh, yes. Rhodolite natural garnet from Rajasthan, all yours. Maria, Yorkshire, Pauline, and Jenny, everybody's joining us for $21.95. Now you see price points for garnets. Garnets are used throughout history for engagement rings, known as the ultimate gift of love, a garnet, as well as January's birthstone. And again with gold and greens for Christmas time. I know I shouldn't be thinking about Christmas time, but I am. We did have a Christmas show, yeah.
Yeah, we have, yeah. And I think most people who are crafters who do craft fairs and things have to now. So.
Well, they were doing the, and this is something they were doing in February, was the Christmas show for all the stores to get all their decorations for your stores, for the shops, to choose all their Christmas designs. Was in February in Birmingham. February. I was choosing. I was helping my mum and different people, family members, choosing things for shops. Choosing decorations in February.
Oh yes, I know they do.
Picking up reindeers. Could you imagine that? And snowflakes. I was thinking, but it's only just been Christmas though. These two together, I adore. Emeralds and garnets.
Beautiful.
Amazing, amazing. I'm gonna have to squeeze on because, well, there's not many of those available, so you do best be quick on that one. I could spend forever and a day with this strand, but I don't have that time. I've got less than 20 minutes. So what I will say to you is, I have brought you many, many tanzanites in the past. I've brought one-of-a-kind tanzanites. I've brought quadruple A tanzanites, the Reek tanzanites from our sister channel, which is a bespoke one-off pieces in triple A. The highest grading quadruple A of tanzanite you can get. It's a worldwide gemstone. It was last mined on the 1st of January. The mine was open from the 23rd of December to the 1st of January, just past. The mine has been shut. Nothing has been coming out of the ground since then. There's only one location in the world where you can get it. If you've never heard of it before, it's part of the zoisite family. It is the most incredibly world-renowned gem, probably after, well, put it this way, it's overtaken pearls in the top 5 gems. It used to be, do you remember, rubies, emeralds, sapphires and diamonds, and it used to be pearls. Pearls have now been dropped for tanzanite. It's not every day that happens in a gemstone for the top 5 gems, and that's internationally renowned in the world. And tanzanite, there's people on the phones already, and I'm not surprised. We have how many in stock, please? 60 carats of tanzanite. I've never seen this drop for you at 60 carats to the price point with what we're about to do today. It's going to be unreal. The price point in tanzanite, you know, across our company has gone up. The reason being is it's cost so much more to buy it. So what they did was everything they had in the vault, it was going to be really hard to price point everything, because some pieces they bought before the price has gone up, other pieces they bought after the price of tanzanite went up, because you can't mine it anymore at this current moment in time. Nothing's been coming out of the ground since the 1st of January. So we've got what we've got. So to balance out, they put the overall price, some pieces went up in price and the pieces that we bought went down, so overall balance, but the overall price in tanzanite has gone up. Although in Jewellery Maker, that doesn't seem to have been the case. So try and get a hold of it as soon as you can. It's thought to be a 1st century gemstone, as in the mining. When I first saw tanzanite in the UK, which was when I presented on our sister channel in about 2006 when I joined this company, it's just shy of 8.5 years ago, they said tanzanite is likely to run out within in the next 5 to 10 years. That's now what, just shy of 10 years time, just shy of 2 years shy of, or a year and a half shy of 10 years since they said that, and they're so right. The mining life in this gemstone, well, 800 meters down was the last depth they were mining. It takes half an hour to get down to the mine of that depth. It absolutely does, and most people spend about 2 or 3 days down there and then they come back up. So that's when the mine was open. The mine is now not open. So bearing in mind, it's a gemstone that's so tricky to get a hold of. If you can't get a gemstone, if the location is not giving you that gemstone anymore, the price is going to change. It has to, because you cannot mine it anymore. So if it's not coming out of the ground, you can, if you've got it, you can charge whatever you want for it, whatever people want to pay. So what I will say to you now is the best time to buy tanzanite from this company, well, from our sister channel, was 8 years ago, 9 years ago, when we first had it. We were the first, or one of the first companies in the UK to bring you tanzanite. We deal directly with the mines, as well as artisanal miners and the mine owners. We've been working with them for we've been working as a company with them for 10 years. That's why we can get great deals on Jewellery Maker, even though Jewellery Maker's only been running for 4. So we went direct to the mine just in April there. My boss went with some of my colleagues to the mine to try and find something, to find some pieces and hopefully buy some. All he could buy in Tanzania at that time were 2 garnets and a pyrite. You don't go all the way to Tanzania, to the tanzanite mine, to come back with pyrite, do you? Well, you don't. So the price per carat went up from January to April by $30 per carat. Now that's clarity graded and color graded. The reason this hasn't got a grading on it is because it's not eye clean. So we only grade eye clean gemstones tanzanite wise. But if we were to grade it, if this was eye clean, color wise, you're getting yourself your AA. So it starts at A grade, AA, AAA, and quadruple A is the highest grade tanzanite you can get. Now, get it as soon as you can. As I say, the best time to get this was 8-9 years ago. If you can get it now, if your budget allows, my best advice is to get it. You can always put it by, you can always think about it, you've got 30 days, but it's the shape that is amazing me right now. The fact that we've 1 got it, 2 got the colour, 3 got the carat weight. I mean, there's 60 carats on this strand, 18 centimetre strand, roughly 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, roughly 19 on a strand, just roughly. Bear in mind what we're offering you is 60 carats, graduating from 8 by 5 mil to 12 by 7 mil, but you might get a few more 12 by 7 mil, so you might get less on the strand, or you might get a few more 8 by 5 mil, so you might get more on the strand, but you're looking to get 60 carats. Cherry, Frankie guest designers already in, Tracy, Leslie, Margaret, Gillian, Susie, these have all been purchased, confirmed. You do have a 30-day money back guarantee. What sort of price should we be at? Are we? On our sister channel, I don't believe we'd have 1 piece of jewellery, graded or not, for this price for 1 tanzanite. You're about to get 19. I am shocked, amazed, I know not what to say. A lot of my friends are getting their tanzanites valued, a lot of them are getting them appraised, a lot of them are trying to get tanzanite. Many of the people I know, and myself included, have worked at this company for a very, very long time. We've seen tanzanite, we've had the luxury of presenting it, we've made sure everybody else has got it, we haven't got it ourselves.
I've got a cousin. I lost touch with her for a long time, and then I, strangely enough as you do, met her at a family funeral and got talking, and she found out what I was doing now, and she watches Jewellery Maker, and she's bought, every time she's watched it and there's tanzanite on it, she's bought it. She absolutely adores tanzanite, and every single strand that we have ever put to air that she has actually watched that particular show, she's bought.
I'm not surprised.
And she's buying it as a collector as opposed to a jewellery maker.
Yeah, I mean, this is for a connoisseur, awesome. Absolutely, a tri-crochet gem that offers you pinks and purples at different angles. It's a 3-colour gem. If you look at it, it's supposed to have 3 hues at different angles. You've got it all. One of the ladies who was my producer on the sister channel, she's had a little girl. She's just about to be 1 year old, and she said, I'm going to buy her some tanzanite to put by to give her on her 18th birthday, because I know that I want, and that she's just talking about 1 stone. Yeah. She's not talking about a strand of roughly 18 or 19. I don't want to leave that with you. As I say, I could talk about that all day, every day. But I need to bring you the rubies, emeralds and sapphires now, because if I don't, we're not going to have time to fit it in, and I've shown it to you, and that's the last thing I want. And we've also got the challenge, so try and check that out. If you're on Facebook or Twitter, my name's Ali Defoy. If you want to know more information about tanzanite or anything else I've mentioned, please just ask me, all right? Let me know, ask me, or call the call centre and ask them to drop me a wee email. I'm going to be off for a week now, but I've still got access to Facebook and Twitter, so I can still get back to you. I appreciate there's a lot to take in and there's a lot to learn on this, so you must get it while you can. This has only ever been seen once. You've got the last opportunity on it. It's a dream strand. There are not even close to 100 of these available. It's going to be really limited on a first come, first serve basis. And one of my final opportunities before the late show, you've got 25 carats of rubies, emeralds and sapphires. Now the reason it says sapphires, because you've not just got the classic sapphire, you've got the golden yellows and the oranges in there as well. So you've actually got fancy sapphires in this strand. If I hold it out, you'll be able to see. We used to bring pieces on our sister channel of lots of strands of these, and they used to be, what, 400, 500 pounds for sort of 5 strand necklaces of this array of colour of rubies, emeralds, sapphires. They're massively popular. 2 by 1 millimetre, they graduate from up to 5 by 3 mil. I've already got Devon, Manchester, Gwent, Kent already on the lines for this one. So this isn't just sapphires or just fancy sapphires or rubies or emeralds. You have got every single one. You've got lovely collections. They're colour graduated for you, so you don't need to do anything. It's already done. We've already got people on the line, multi-bids coming through. Pauline and Devon, I cannot congratulate you enough. You haven't just got yourself a beautiful strand, you've got rubies, sapphires and emeralds. The top 3, the world's top 3. Devon, multi-bids, everybody who's got this has multi-bid on it so far, so if that helps you in making your purchase, if you need to think about it, where? Oh, you would then, you would expect this to be about £50, so if you get 2 of them, you're looking at that. 2 of them for the price I would expect one. Yeah, we're going to put that price in now, £24.95.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm genuinely surprised.
I've no idea.
I've got a little gold band, bangle, I should say, and it's set with multi sapphires in it, and I can't tell you how much I paid for that. It was in a hotel. I spotted it in one of those cabinets they have in hotels, and I spotted it, fell in love with it, and then my husband bought it me for Christmas as a surprise. Can't tell you how much that was. But it's set in 9 carat gold bangle, and I think it's got probably about 9, and it was triple figures.
Well, put it this way, on our sister channel we do strand necklaces like this, we would be £149
at least, yeah, with
a gold clasp,
yeah,
and a gold extended chain,
yeah. And
that's exceptionally low for our sister, for what you could pay on the high street for fancy gems, because that's what these are. These are all your top stones, your sapphires, your rubies, your emeralds, fancy sapphires in there. You get hints of paparazzi sapphire in there. Have you ever seen a paparazzi sapphire? Have a look at these. The oranges, the pinks in there, the strawberries. That's one of the world's rarest sapphires, a paparazzi sapphire. You've got those hues in there. I can't say for definite if that's what it is, but if not, it's a fancy sapphire of a very similar hue. Many of you will have heard of the paparazzi sapphire, or paparadasha, however you wish to say it. It's out there in the world. If you have a look and type it into the internet, see what you could be paying. Oh my goodness gracious me. But it's got that colour, it's got the sunset sapphire in there, as well as the fancy sapphire, as well as the rubies, the emeralds in there. I mean, that's all a hint of a Colombian emeralds, as well as your Siberian emeralds, as well as your Zambian emeralds.
Every single, that ruby, the emerald, the sapphire has got everything that you want from those gemstones. Colour-wise, cut-wise, sparkle-wise. It's just, I just restrand that, to be honest. And at that price, I would certainly just restrand it and have it as a necklace. Just put the back part would be on a little bit of sterling silver chain. Fabulous. I love the way it's graded into its colours.
Well, maybe that's why most people have gone for 2.
Yes.
One for themselves to keep, and then one to make.
Oh yeah, you've got to have one for you. You've got to have one for you. You've got to.
Again, you know me, I'm going to say, print out that authenticity certificate. To say you've got rubies, emeralds and sapphires, nobody is going to believe you if you say you got it for £25. Not in your Nelly.
Oh no.
I wouldn't believe you, and I work here. And I'm not saying that I don't believe you and you're not trustworthy. I just mean fact-wise, you just wouldn't. 25 carats, fancy canary yellow sapphires in there, £25. I can't believe it. I need a drink, I need a stiffer drink.
A stiffer drink, and I do. Oh, that strand is stunning.
I thought I'd bring it with me so you could see it, because I thought you were going to love it.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It looks so much better when someone else has it as well. It makes you want it even more.
As well?
Oh, I want that now more than I did when it was in my hand.
You know, sometimes you look at these strands and you think, oh, they're tiny, but they're not.
They're big.
Tiny.
5 by 3 mil.
They are not tiny. They are sizable for their quality. Oh.
Love it. Right. I'm going to have a quick look at, not have to, I say that like I don't want to. I just meant as in we're going to change the graphics, I believe, to show you what we had with Linda's challenge. We might not, because it might have sold out, but I'm going to get to see what you made with your challenge now. Did you enjoy it?
I actually surprised myself with this. When I started putting it together, every single strand works together beautifully. I love it, absolutely, thoroughly love those colours together. If you like bright,
I like that.
You know, jewellery. Look, now this one has just got that one pop of orange, and I love it.
I
love it.
Oh,
absolutely
it's gorgeous.
I really, really do. It's stunning. It's a fabulous bundle. Just buy it. It's just worth every last penny. It's glorious.
So you can see that
colours.
colour
The colours
as well.
are just fab. If you want to be happy, buy this bundle.
If you want to be happy,
it'll make you happy.
It's one of those. Oh, was it producer Danny used to say? It's a smile strand.
It is.
When you get it home, you can't help but smile when you look at it.
You absolutely can't. It's stunning. I love it.
Now, all of those pieces of jewellery you've just seen for $11.95. Those 4 strands, 5 strands. No, 1, 2, 4 strands. So you get 3 strands of the 12 mil. One of them being your shell pearl, and the other shell pearl is 6 mil, if my memory serves me correctly. And then you have the 2 strands of your coral, with the red and the blue. So they went to only $11.95, and you've made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of jewellery, and they're all very gem heavy.
They are.
For example, if you wanted to make just the earrings, I counted on 1 strand, there's roughly 33 of the 12 mils. So that's times 3, because you get 3 strands, plus all your mini shell pearls as well, 6 mil round. So there's a huge scope for what you can make with that. Have you got a favourite piece?
I actually love that blue one on the end with that pop of orange. I really do. I think that's that you can wear that anytime, anywhere, and feel $1 million in it. I just love it. I really do.
You should dibs it.
I really do, yeah. Well, I'm certainly going to dibs it. If I can't dib it, I'm going to remake it.
Dibs it. It's dibs by Deb. Sorry, Linda. Linda, when are you next back with us?
Sunday, actually. Sunday morning.
In the morning.
Yeah.
Please, please, please keep tuned for Linda on Sunday morning. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure. I've enjoyed it every second of it.
I've enjoyed every second. I loved working. I love working with Linda. I missed you. I have had a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you so much for having me. And thank you very much to our presenter Jenny, who's coming up to the late show, who's very, very kindly swapped with me so I can go back to Scotland and also go and see Wicked tonight. How wicked is that? So yeah, a little bit naughty. Don't forget to wear the fascinator. Well, if I'm lucky enough to borrow it, I'll be having a fascinator on my head. So if you're going to be at the Birmingham Hippodrome tonight, you might see me in my big fascinator. But make sure you stay tuned for the rest of the show. If there's anything you've seen in the show, for example, the ruby, sapphire and emerald strand, and you haven't yet checked it out of your basket, do try and get a hold of it before it goes. There are still some available, so don't stress yourself, don't worry about it too much, but if it's in your basket and you forget about it, it might just end up getting emptied out. So do try and check it out as and when you can. Thank you to all the team, the lovely Helena who's been producing this. She's done a great job, great price points all day. Director Tom looking after us, Amelia and Leah both on cameras and floor managing. There they are. Oh, the cheery twosome. Look at them go. You're going to have all the late shift tonight, as I say, with presenter Jenny taking you through. It's going to be lovely. And Laura Binding, I believe, with you tonight. I believe so. And I will see you. There she is. And I will see you a week on Friday. Until then, have a lovely couple of days and we'll see you soon. Bye.
It was here almost 650